And one. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Say hello, everybody.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
We are back after a month away. I hope you're all out there in audience land. I have not remembered to pop into chat yet. So you're here, you're cool, you're one of us, and we appreciate you joining us once again for more Illuminated Pages. We continue our journey into the horror on the Orient Express, not the Illuminated Express. Although, I kind of like that. Um, as as always, I am Rue, your host, your conductor, your keeper, if you will, for the evening, and I am joined by some of my bestest of best friends, and I would like them to introduce themselves now. I'm going to switch things up. I'm going to go in a reverse alphabetical order, nega alphabetical order, if you will, and starting with Sean. But as I have been doing the last at least two sessions, I would like you to answer a question in character
Okay.
for me, and just so we can get to know Kelsey just a little bit better. Has Kelsey ever been in love?
No.
Now introduce yourself.
I'm playing Kelsey Haskins. I am the group's thief. Let's just be honest. I'm the thief. I'm the
Let's be
rogue.
honest. It's time to be honest.
There's other things that I do, and that's part of the reasons why I've never been in love, because I've dealt with the darker underside of humanity, and I just think I shouldn't be in love with anybody because I will just bring danger upon them.
What is it with this channel and attracting players who like to play rogues and scoundrels that do not believe in love?
Well, for
I mean,
me
who
personally,
else is gonna fight Cthulhu?
well, that's because I'm playing kind of the opposite of what I played in our first campaign, which Aaron was definitely the optimist, the
Aaron was
hero,
in love with
the
everyone.
exactly.
Oh, to be fair, she never asked if you had been in love with anybody else. She never asked about love with a person. She just
Where's
asked if you had ever
have
been in
you
love. Are you
been
in love with
in love?
roguing?
I'm in love with locks and the secrets
That's
that they hold.
that's something to unpack next week in Illuminated Therapy. But
Eliminated there.
Every week is illuminated therapy.
Definitely.
okay, next in the non-alphabetical order, I've got Matt. Matt, has Johanna ever been in love? Our young countess?
Oh, several times. Absolutely. Um,
Sounds like a teenage girl. Just gonna throw that.
yeah, like no, I mean, but like, um, she's had interests in college and then at court, and before the war when things were okie dokie and not terrible for her family. Yeah, no, definitely she's had several loves.
Oh, well, good. That's we like to hear that, and I'm glad that Johanna has experienced some of that. Because she's probably not gonna make it through this. So
Not
no,
wrong.
no, 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 no,
Just
no.
really in love with
You,
touching
you don't
everything.
want to die somebody who as someone who has never loved. That's just
Right.
tragic,
Yeah, it's
Kelsey.
better to have loved than lost than to have never loved and get eaten by Azathoth. But next is Alyssa. Alyssa, has Cleo ever been in love?
Mm. Not, I mean, she's experienced love with like family and friends. She kind of falls more on the asexual spectrum. So, asexual love, not really, which doesn't mean that she can't experience romantic love, but she hasn't really experienced that. But she does love knowledge.
Nice, 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 nice. Sorry, my lights got really dim there. Woo! Real hot. Having light issues. Allah, has Emily ever been in love?
She has. She loves her husband a great amount. Even though they are largely separated. She still has a great fondness for him. And there's no greater love in her heart than the love for her son, but he tragically perished in the war. So, and she does love the children of the Rinaldi Stad family. They're like oh, s- more offspring to her in like a detached sense, but she cares for them
Oh,
as if they were her own, but not as much as. Dear Alex.
Dear Alex. Dear Alex. You know, it's funny because Emily really puts on a good face of not loving Johanna at all. But
She's stern. I
She
mean,
yes.
Emily
loves
is
Johanna
very
like
German.
you. She loves Johanna like you love that cat that does everything it can to piss you off.
Oh, yeah. Saw baby.
Like, love her, but also, there's a difference in
Exasperation. Yeah.
that love. But yes, the love has hardened a lot since the war. She lost a lot of people she cared about.
Just 1 second. Are we frozen, my friends?
I
No,
Let me check.
we do not appear to be.
Doesn't
No.
appear to be in Twitch.
just you.
Oh no, apparently I'm the only one who's not
Oh
frozen.
yeah, no, you're the only one
Oh
that's.
wow, yeah.
The one who wasn't moving. Our entire Twitch stream was just like, oh, Emily is the best, so we're just gonna focus on her.
And
We better. Oh,
unfortunately,
we're back. Hi.
the screen froze on you, Roxy. You looked either high or drunk, where it froze on you.
That's a question. It's a question we all have to ask ourselves every day.
But never answer.
Is Roxy high or drunk? You'll never know. This is just my normal face, guys. So, no. So thank you all for at least answering that question. I know it was kind of a weird off the wall one after what's your favorite color. But this is how we do, lightning round icebreakers here at the Illuminated page. But yeah, so as before we get into our tale, I must remind you that this is a horror centric game. This is a Pulp Cthulhu 7th edition actual play, and as such, some content and thematic elements may not be suitable for all viewers. Discretion is always advised, and none of us hold anything against you if you need to walk away or turn us off or whatever you need to do. I will try, if something does come up in the moment, something more specific, I will do my best to give a content warning then. But right now, I just like the general one that says this is a grown up game that deals with some grown up stuff, and we will try not to take it anywhere too bad. But it can get spooky and scary and kind of gross. So just be aware.
Skin paper.
What'd you say?
Skin paper.
Yeah, skin paper. Yeah, yeah.
Forgot about the skin paper.
Sorry,
sorry.
y'all.
Fresh from the source.
Yeah. But without further ado, have somebody top off your beverage, settle in, and we will have a lovely evening aboard the Orient Express. So, my players, go ahead and roll your luck advances for this week. And I'm going to give a brief recap. So, we left our people in the house of Duke Escientes, I think was his name.
I thought his name was Duke Frenchman.
It's Duke
Something
Frenchman.
French.
French Dukeman. Let's see here, just a
French
second.
Dukeman.
I'm going to switch to voice activity because I keep forgetting to push my button, and the dogs. Usually I leave it to other people to push my buttons, but the dogs are being quiet right now, so we're going to hope that you can hear me when I need to speak. And now I can talk with my hands because I'm one of those people. But yeah, so our players had been approached by a gentleman by the name of Peck Muldoon, who claimed to be, or seemed to be, some type of we'll say a cult hobbyist, maybe, or enthusiast. Kind of, I hate saying it that way. That sounds really, really cheap and condescending. But he understood from meeting Cleo. God damn it! From meeting Cleo,
It's gonna happen all night now.
better not. I'd done well until this moment. That they had similar abilities, or at least sensitivities, to some of the things going on around them. Cleo is obviously more skilled, more trained, but she did get a vibe off of Muldoon that he also shared some of that. But he indicated that he had been following the Duke, who had led them that day on a tour of Lausanne, and they ended up following him to his home. found it to be a veritable fortress to get into, but they did indeed get into it. Found that it was pretty much barren of anything, any furniture, furnishings, decor, except for upstairs. They found a very ornate door and a chaise longue in front of it with a blanket on it, and the door had some heavy uh emotions and feelings and kind of an oppressive energy about it. And Cleo understood what was going on, and that there were actually souls trapped inside that door. And our group ended up, what I think Emily field crafted some demolitions, one charge that took out most of the door, and then they kind of tore the rest of it open and freed those souls and put them to rest. And now they are standing. Well, and Peck is passed out on the
In the
chaise
yeah,
lounge in the.
we drug him out to the hallway. Remember, because you're like, you're gonna blow the door up with the poor guy laying right there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey."
Yeah, because he was unable to fight off the negative energy that was kind of flowing through that house. It was affecting him. He does not have the skills to block it like Cleo has exhibited in previous episodes and things. So yeah, he's still out. And the four of you are standing in front of this. Essentially, it just looks like a doorway. I mean, you can see into it. It's just black. It's nondescript, but the door is open.
Are there chunks of the door like on the ground?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it didn't like despawn like in a video game or anything.
I'm gonna pick one up and like toss it through.
Okay. You do, and you hear it clattering on the ground beyond, but you don't see it. You do feel like your vision is obstructed at the threshold.
Sounds like it clatters on wood floors or like stone or.
Like wood floors. Honestly, it is reminding you similarly to what the wood sounded like when it dropped on the floor of this room.
Okay.
And remember, for those of you that either weren't here last time or just as a refresher, this door is in a section of the house that doesn't seem like it should have anything beyond it. Like, it might be a closet, but beyond that, there shouldn't be room for anything.
I'm gonna look over at Cleo and judge her face. Does she
Rude.
look horrified or intrigued?
Generally intrigued.
Fantastic.
She'll usually go to intrigue before being utterly horrified.
Then
Right, 'cause
very quickly.
I was gonna say our biggest concern was just getting rid of the evil door, which is not a concern anymore. Correct?
Speaking of, has our boy child woken up?
No, he is out.
Cover him up with a blanket here.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
I don't know if it's wise to just leave him like this.
Then very quietly I will say, no time like the present, and I will walk through the door.
Okay, so the other three of you do see Johanna step through the door, past the threshold. She is obscured. It's almost like she's stepping through like a dark mist or something. It doesn't. And Johanna, you step out into what looks like this room, but your friends are not there.
Is there any
Well,
kind of
we've lost
pressure
Johanna. Time to
or
go.
a difference of smell or any sound?
There is sound. You think that perhaps in the distance you hear like a bell tolling, but it looks like the same type of barren room that you were in just a step ago. It looks like the same house and everything. You just stepped out of the door instead of into it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. It may feel a little like off, but
Okay. I'm gonna look around, kind of take in.
do you say anything? Does anybody say anything? Like, Is there any attempt to communicate?
Just a lot of swearing in German.
Johanna, you can hear swearing in German
Oh,
behind you. It's a little echoey, a little distant, but you can hear it.
I'll turn back to the doorway. Is it still that black like
Mm-hmm.
open?
Yes.
I'll say I'm fine. Just it's not that different in here. Come on in.
And you all can hear that as well. She sounds again like she's just on the other side of a door. See the faces of like, fuck, this fucking kid.
It's like, come
Well,
on
'cause
in,
the,
the pool's
the first thing you
fine.
think of is like you go into a haunted house or some shit, somebody disappears, and then they're like, it's fine. It's not that different. Come on
Yeah.
in.
Come inside. Everything's fine. It's always like the hot girl that just.
Yep.
Or everybody that's ever jumped into a cold pool and they're trying to get everybody else to jump in. No, it's fine. It's great in here. No, it's not.
Amazing. Cleo will look at the other two, and then she will cautiously step forward.
Well,
Haskins, will you assist me with this boy? I don't want to leave him unattended.
yeah, let's.
You're
I
gonna
think-
bring the unconscious lad into.
Wait,
Into the
we're supposed
closet.
to leave him in a murder house full of like murder ghosts? I don't know.
Murder
I mean,
ghost.
that's a responsibility now that he's
yeah,
unconscious.
because I
and
mean, we still
useless.
don't know where the Duke is. So if he shows
Exactly.
up, and
He
he's
could be in another
unconscious-
murder closet.
Exactly.
The other murder closet.
All right, and
You-
grab one, arm, hoist it on my shoulder, and somehow we'll slide in sideways
Yeah,
through the
going
door.
sideways. We'll manage something until this kid wakes up.
Okay, so Cleo, when you stepped through again, Kelsey and Emily, you did see the exact same kind of thing. You see Cleo walk in, immediately kind of like closes up behind her like a obscuring mist or something. Cleo, yeah, you step out into the room. You see Johanna there. She seems fine. Looking around, I'll have you make a roll. Actually, let's go ahead and do it right now before they hop in, because it'll have taken them a couple minutes to get Muldoon. Just a second, guys. We're having some issues.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, freezing up a little bit.
robotic.
Me? Am I?
Yeah.
What is happening, I wonder?
It looks like Twitch is also frozen. Intermittently.
Intermittently, Twitch is freezing. Well, they're losing me.
I haven't heard anything come out weird out of you. I don't know. I'm not saying
It
they're
was
not.
visually.
Oh, visually
I'm not-
robotic.
Audio's-
Okay.
so-
Visually robotic, sound normal.
Well, we're just going to keep going, and unless it absolutely shits the bucket, we're just not going to worry about it. So if everybody is okay with dealing with that, audience, I am sorry that it's like that. I'm not sure why, but it's been a month. Maybe Twitch is just like, whoa, I thought you guys were gone. So, no.
Whoa.
But yeah, Cleo, give me a. Go ahead and give me an occult roll, because I assume that's probably what you want to do.
Well, yeah, I would think more than
Okay.
anything else, that's what she would go to first.
Yeah, let's do an occult roll.
I'm gonna spend. I already rolled. I'm gonna spend a point of luck and make it an extreme success.
Oh, okay. So what you immediately get as far as that goes is you get, wherever you are, any of that feeling that you'd had inside the Duke's house. This version of the Duke's house seems to almost amplify. Wherever this is amplifying some of the heavier thoughts of like fear and not like horror fear, but almost like despair, especially in this post-war world. Some of the feelings here are kind of associated with, almost that global, almost like a socioeconomic terror. Like, it's just stress and worry, and it's definitely heavy here. um, you actually find it more difficult to find something good. Like it feels like almost consolidated woe. Um, you have dreaming or dream lore? Did you get that?
I have both.
Go ahead and give me a dream lore roll. Honestly, Johanna, you can give me a dream lore roll too if you'd like.
I have a 0 on Dreamlore.
Okay, well then you won't like.
I'm gonna spend 13 luck to make it a regular success.
Okay, do it. You can tell, and as you're kind of coming to this, I'm going to say Kelsey and Emily and Peck start to kind of clamber in. Again, there's no drop, there's no nothing. It's just you walk into this room and it looks like you just turned around and walked out. But Cleo, with that dream lore roll, you get the impression that you are in a dream, but it is nothing like the dreamlands that you entered just the previous evening. Does that... So you're getting dreamland-like elements, but you feel aware that your dreaming skills that you all gained in the dreamlands will not work here. So yes, the four of you are now in this room. To everyone that isn't kind of like, I mean, you all may get kind of a little prickle of anxiety, but that's also to be, understandable. You've walked into a doorway and exited into the same room. There is a distant bell tolling, and
Is there a sense? Can I make sense of this? That we can't like use those skills that we could use in the other dream world because like that's the constraints of this particular dream world, or because something else would be keeping us from doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. So mechanically you cannot use those skills here because this is not the same dreamlands. But I'm gonna need you to go a little further to see if you can figure out where you are. Yeah, but yeah, it is not the same. So whereas you were in Earth's dreamlands and it had all these weird, Ulthar and all these places, that is not where you are. Right now you are just in this kind of mirror version of the Duke's house.
That was going to
for
be
now.
my second question, is if everything looks like it's flipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once we come through the weird door, there is a door on the opposite side, like where we came through in the original house. So I mean, there's another door in this room.
There's a doorway, but there is no like ornate door carved there.
No. I mean the door that we came through to get into.
Oh yeah. It
And
looks
is it
the
closed?
exact same.
It's
No.
closed.
Does it
I'm
bear
gonna
the
remember-
same damage that we've done to the other side?
Okay. So see, now I'm getting confused. Sean, were you asking about the door that had the souls in it?
No, I'm talking about the door we came. The door we would leave the room from to go into the
Yeah,
rest
there
of the
were
house.
no other doors in this house.
That's right. They were just entryways.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. I couldn't remember that. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Well,
as far as
I'm going to go over to that open doorway and take a peek and make
Okay.
sure that we're alone or
Sure.
I don't see anything.
you do not. I mean, I won't even. If you want to roll a spot hidden, that's fine. But right now, yeah, you see nothing, you hear nothing. Doesn't sound like anybody's moving in the house.
Are there windows in this room?
Mhm.
I'm gonna look out them.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to open the curtains. The curtains, like in the other room, are all drawn and very heavy and very dusty. But you open them and you can see bars on the windows, as you saw in the last location. And but yeah, outside it's kind of a gray, ashy sky, but it still looks like Lausanne.
Okay.
Just maybe a little desaturated.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to look? Did you want to roll a spot hidden, Sean?
I mean, I can.
It's up to you.
It's 27, so that
You prob-
is a
I'm
hard
sure.
success.
Yeah. Yeah, you see footsteps in the dust as you did at the last place, but you see no one. I know we do have a listen roll here, but I'm going to say that with your hard success that you don't really notice any kind of sounds of movement other than your companions.
So with the spot hidden, can I tell if the footsteps, if there's more than one set, or is it just like
Sure.
the same?
It is one set.
Okay.
He's a bantha. Don't worry about it.
Got to get that milk.
Ooh.
I think we've stepped through the looking glass, as it
mean-
were.
Like with the train? Is this the same place that the train was in?
No. It's a dreamland, but it's not
I
that
understand
one.
the door, the souls in the door was a problem, but is it possible that the door was there not to keep people out from, but to keep people from this side getting into the real world, maybe?
Could be, but I mean, either way, that was not the barrier to have.
Sure.
I mean, I'm seeing footsteps, one set of footsteps that's coming to and from here, like it was in the other house. So, is it possible that the Duke is from here? And that's how he gets over? Because I mean,
I
we
think
saw
we're
him enter the house.
overcomplicating this. This is just a very strange doorway. And they had some weird lighting situation, and this is just another part of the house.
Yes.
Because our footprints aren't here, so clearly it's not some sort of weird mirrorverse. It's it's just his footprints.
This
It's part of the house we did not know existed before. There have been instances like this where people have built confusing homes for reasons, for hiding secrets.
Like, we could have stepped into a small little corridor that rotated as we were walking through it and put us into another part of the house.
That's possible, or we could have misjudged where this was on the exterior of the house.
So, what would
I'm going to leave the room through the doorway where the footprints are and kind of like start exploring the house.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. Are you trying to be quiet about anything, or are you just going?
I'm not being specifically loud.
Sure.
Let's
Okay.
say that.
I'm not gonna make you roll a stealth or sneak roll, but I
Okay.
definitely want a spot hidden, or a listen, whichever one you would prefer.
We'll go with spot hidden because I can't hear a dang thing.
Can't hear a damn thing.
I don't hear nothing there neither. I'm good.
You don't see anything either. Okay.
Nothing. Not a thing. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not a
I mean,
care in the
honestly,
world.
it just looks the same. It looks like the house that you were in. It's just
The walls are solid. The floor is solid. Like there's nothing
absolutely.
other than being a mirror. There's nothing else weird that seems to be going on here.
Just seems like a house. You can if you go downstairs, you see all the barren home, and you see the front door as it is. The curtains again are all drawn. It looks like you walked out on the same house. It is just
Are we
reversed.
still hearing the bell tolling?
Every so often you can hear it in the distance. Yeah.
Does it? So, is it an appropriate church bell time following bell, or is it just the bell goes off every once in a while?
It sounds like a church bell, but it is not like tolling the time.
Okay. I want to open the front door.
Okay. Where are the rest of you? Did you stay up in the room? Are you leaving Muldoon here, or do you plan to kind of haul him around?
Emily will throw him over her back and just hobble on along with him. This is what we're doing now.
Backpack Muldoon over here.
Yeah, his
he's
name's
a
no
slight
longer-
what a British boy that we decided.
he's a slight British boy.
Yes,
Yes.
it's not a problem to carry.
Okay. Well, so do all of you step outside when Johanna does? Is this a group effort?
Guess we have
Yeah,
to.
because I want to check out the front door and see if that same lock is on it.
Okay. Okay, so those of you that step outside, you immediately notice that something is different.
Yeah.
You are, as far as you can tell, you are in Lausanne, but it looks older. Older, younger? Older, younger? It looks older. It looks like street lamps that might have been, which I don't know in 23 if they were electric street lamps yet, but they're more like, they're like torches. And it looks more almost Renaissance as opposed to 1923 when you step outside. If there are people around, the people that you see, voices that you hear, things like that, they are wearing a far different clothing style. This is not 1923 Lausanne.
I see what you mean by older, newer, or older, younger.
Yeah,
So,
older, younger, older, younger.
So
We
this is like
approximate the time period based
100
on
years ago?
attire. Yeah.
Let me see what if it gives me, because y'all, your host is a historical dummy. So let me give you a, let's see, bump, if it tells me. I would say at least 100 years,
Okay.
maybe even longer than that. Let me see. Well, I did say Renaissance. It's more Renaissance, so you're talking like 400 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the 1800s. I wouldn't really consider.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not the Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Yeah, the Renaissance is like the 1500s, right? 1600s, around there.
Depending on the nation, but yeah.
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
As with
So
Leo's
real
gonna
estate,
look
it's
out
location.
and see that outside, and then turn back to the house, like to the inside of the house, and look around at the architecture and at I don't know if there's a kitchen, like things to look for in the house that's like
sure,
this timing either matches or doesn't match.
it doesn't. The house does seem anachronistic. It does seem like it's from it looks like the house that you were in. But it is firmly settled, and knowing what you know, that getting that read off it that you are in some type of dreamland, that's not unheard of. Having a house out of time. But yes, for whatever reason, the Duke's house does seem to be itself, but the land around it is far more primitive, I guess is the word that I want to use. It's not as modern by any stretch. The clothing and everything, the means of travel and anything like that are all more carriages and drawn things and barrows and the like. So,
Just like in my youth. Oh,
oh, Emily's gone back to her. She's
this is
remembering with
like a child
fondness.
again. Clearly, we might have gotten concussed and by the explosion, and this is what's going on here. We have unconscious and doing one of those shed dreams.
Nice.
You mean like on
Again.
the train again?
Well, at least this time we're not on a bloody train.
Nope, there is no train.
Do we see anybody out on the street? I know you said
Every now and again, like you see like somebody walking by. You do hear what sounds like maybe a in the distance. You hear what may sound like a crowd of people, but it's hard to really pinpoint at
in
this
those
point.
people that are walking by. Do we stand out to them? Are they like looking at us like
They don't really pay attention to
they
you.
don't pay attention?
Is it still I guess, wintertime?
It's still cold.
And I guess the second part of that, has there been recent snow, and can we see the Duke's footprints? anywhere in it?
Footprints. There has
This is
not
way
been
beyond now.
there has not been recent snow, and no, you cannot see any footprints out here. I would not be opposed to letting you make a track roll if you wanted to, but that's up to you.
Yes, I would like that very much.
Go ahead, give me a track roll there, Emily.
I am going to spend 12 points of luck to make it a success.
Okay. I'm going to say that you do notice what appear to be hints of movement that seem to have follow from maybe as you're looking around for any indication. You notice that a thread is on like the stairs up to the porch. There's an iron railing, and that there is a kind of a richly colored purple thread that doesn't really fit, that seems to have snagged on the edge of that railing. And you notice a couple other places where a purple, like a purple piece of fabric or something head off in a direction, and you are able to you would feel like you don't know what that color is, but or what it would associate to, but something that was wearing a purple outfit seems to have passed this way, and you can follow it.
Was he wearing purple when he met us? I don't believe he was. But...
He was not. He was in a really nice tuxedo.
Cultist robes. Yeah.
Well, when you go through a soul door, I mean, you got to put your cultist robe on.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta look your cultist best.
But yeah, you would say that you have a direction. Someone left the house and went a direction, and you could follow that.
Compared to the center of the town,
Mm-hmm.
the house is not too terribly far away from that, correct?
It is not. It is not.
Emily, does Emily point out that she sees a track for?
Yeah, she points a direction. There was recent movement by someone from the house. That's why.
In that general direction, is that towards the center of town?
It's actually back the way y'all came.
Back
When
into
you
the
first.
house?
No. From when you followed the Duke here. It's kind of back towards that. If you kept going that direction, yeah, center of town, but also you could hit Rue Saint Etienne again, and you could go. You could see potentially the shop where you met the Wellington brothers. Yeah, I mean, it looks familiar. It's just aged differently. It's very strange. It's incongruous. Some elements with one another.
So, we're looking into the Duke because he's
Muldoon.
weird, right?
Muldoon.
Yeah,
told us-
Muldoon was interested in the Duke. I should have really watched
That's
last
right.
episode because I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
remember
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
told you.
Yeah, he was the one that was
Muldoon's-
the Duke is into some weird shit.
Duke is into some shit and
Didn't
doesn't make
Muldoon
sense.
just kind of say that he was involved with the cult of the brothers?
I do have a
Brotherhood
note
of
in
the
my
Skin,
notebook that
yeah.
said Duke is a part of the Brotherhood of the
Yep.
Skin? Question mark.
Yeah, there's some hints,
Yep.
but
It was
he
implied.
didn't come out directly and say it. Is Muldoon awake?
No.
Can we smack him awake?
I mean, if you want.
We've tried before, but I do have some smelling salts and assorted things.
Okay.
Those are
And
terrible.
the
Yeah, go
picnic
for it.
basket of taking care of Johanna.
Okay. Go ahead. If you use those on him, he kind of stirs and he's I'm sorry. I must have fallen asleep or passed out. My head was hurting terribly before. Well, that's the last thing I remember, but it doesn't hurt as much now. Oh, are we leaving? Is he still in the house or is he outside with you?
He's
I
outside
mean,
with us.
He's outside
if we were
with us.
dragging him with everywhere we went,
Okay.
he's outside with
Yeah.
us.
Didn't feel comfortable leaving you inside the house.
Mr. Muldoon, could you be more specific about your concerns with the Count?
I should have watched the last episode. It's been a month. It's been a
Sorry.
month.
Not trying
it's
to do that
okay.
to you, Roxy.
No. It's all right. That's on me. Um. Uh. Well, as I said, there have just been weird things happening in Lausanne, and there have been weird things in the past in other places that um uh and there's been a the Duke seems to be a central common figure in some of these. Uh, um, and you can tell that he seems like he's trying to shake off some type of, he doesn't feel well here. He's probably getting hit with some of the same sensations and for
Mr.
lack of a better
Muldoon,
word. Uh-huh.
you said that there's been a lot of strange things happening when people sleep.
Yeah, yes. It's
Has anyone talked about where they go when they sleep? What they experienced when they sleep?
um they speak of a almost like a dream, like a weird amalgamation version of Lausanne that they visit
Cleo kind of looks at.
when they sleep. And he hasn't really taken in the surroundings yet because he does seem very groggy and disoriented. Um and
When you say amalgamation of what?
well, that may not be the right word. I mean, it's like there are things that are in Lausanne, but then there are things that aren't in Lausanne, and it's like a twisted
Like things
version.
out of time?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's also other things are in the wrong place.
I will like lightly kind of motion towards the house, and then the rest that of the town that kind of it definitely looks differently in time, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like
I
this,
mean, yeah.
Mr. Muldoon?
Where are we?
It's a good question that we're trying to find out. Do they say that bad things happen in those dreams?
They say that they are just consumed by their worst kind of their worst fear, and they mentioned there's a prince that governs this place, and they seem to adore him, but he is also quite terrifying. And I mean, it's a theory I had that perhaps the Duke had something to do with that.
So, Cleo, if this is some sort of dream-like place, is it possible that this could be pulling people in when they go to sleep?
Maybe. It's not. I would think that it would be more possible than not.
But we don't have any way to understand how it happened without probably catching the Duke. Or the Prince, as he's probably known here.
I mean, I don't. That's a guess on my part. I don't have any confirmation. I didn't even know that
I believe you
we could get
English
here.
have a phrase, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck. And I think that it is both.
I mean,
looking
it
at
sounds
quacking.
like a duck.
Yeah.
Um,
It's very likely a duck.
is that one of our sayings?
You know what? I don't know who's saying it is. It's not Austrian.
It's
Um,
American.
So,
Probably. Yeah. Americans, British, who can tell the difference?
wow.
Right?
Come over on the 4th of July, we'll show you the difference.
Oh my God.
Here, boy, have a juice box and a sandwich, and pep up. I'm tired of carrying you.
Yeah, I mean, Muldoon is standing on his own now, and he's kind of looking around, and he's like, I didn't even know that we could. I assumed it was some type of
Do you
mass
remember the door
hallucination.
Do you remember the door we found in the house?
I don't even remember if he was still up by
Nope.
the time y'all reached the door, because I
Oh
think
no, I thought he passed out when he got to the door.
maybe he did.
I think he
Uh,
passed out as we were going through the
I
doorway into that room, and then
Oh,
he was
okay.
like, boom.
I remember.
Because I have a note that Cleo was struggling big time, and Muldoon passed out.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, he couldn't hold on anymore. To the I think it was family that
Yeah,
she
because
was trying to get him to.
he was trying to pass out on the stairs.
He was making a real honest effort at just being out. No, I didn't think we could even come here. I wasn't even sure if it was an actual place. I didn't know if it was some type of. There's been evidence that perhaps the Duke has access to some type of like alchemical reagents and you know pharmaceuticals that I thought he was giving to people to help them have a shared dream experience. I didn't think it was an actual place, but
When the people you spoke with spoke of the prince, did they meet him in any particular place in this weird amalgamation?
he's just here, and sometimes you meet he's kind of like they speak so strangely of him, and his description is very odd, but he is there are sometimes that there are like assemblies in like town center, sometimes trials, judgments, things like that. It's very weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I think we should head to the town center then, and I'm going to head in the direction of the town center.
Okay.
Because the truck sees the other direction.
The what? The what's the other?
The tracks do
tracks.
lead the other.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm solid on this choice.
But alright, well, I hope the door is not locked and we are not stuck here forever
Oh yeah,
when
did
we come back.
Kelsey ever look at that lock?
Narratively, we didn't get it. You didn't stop.
No, yeah, if you look at it, Kelsey, it does look to be the same. I mean, you can leave the door open.
Can I
If it-
disable it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we jam the lock in such a manner that it cannot be locked?
You know what? I will need at least a hard mechanical repair roll
Just
to do
stick
that.
some gum in it. Like,
Give me a
Can't
moment.
leverage locksmithing on that one.
Remember, it's not really a lock.
that's
It is a
right.
mechanical. That's why you couldn't just bust in.
I got a 5.
Nice.
That
I was
is
gonna
an
say,
extreme success.
nice.
I got a 6 as an extreme success as well. So I think between
Well,
the two
see,
of
so
us-
between the two of you, Kelsey's sitting there jamming shit in it so it can't, like, he's breaking off like sticks in it, and then Emily just rips the fucking hasp off the goddamn.
Kind of when she rips it off, I look at her like, well, that's one way to do it.
You only need
It's-
one way.
This just seems faster.
She just tucks it in her pocket. I'll just keep that for later, and if we need to lock the door when we come back, if we come back.
Thanks. That didn't make me worried if we come back.
I meant more if you guys choose to come back this way, but that's up to you. So yeah. So Chelsea. What is your fucking name? Johanna.
We haven't played in a month, y'all. This is what happens.
Do you want us to write our names down so you can see them somewhere?
Name
Yeah.
tags.
God damn. Yeah, I don't even know where Chelsea was coming from. I mean, I know we have a Kelsey and we have a
Kelsey
Cleo,
and Cleo, yeah.
but I'm a professional. You all.
Plus a Chloe
Aren't we all?
And Chloe and
Chloe.
yeah.
and an
Anyway.
Emma, I guess.
Johanna sets off in a direction opposite of the one that Emily indicated that you probably should head.
No one is surprised by this at this point.
Okay. Well, do you want to split up, or are you going to follow Johanna?
We should definitely split up. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I am contractually obligated to follow her, so I will do that.
But before you go off, and I'm like, and you're fairly positive that the Duke went that way?
I don't know if it was the Duke or someone else, but there are fragments of an article of clothing that does not fit into this time period heading that direction.
I want to look at Cleo. I'm like,
I was gonna, yeah, like Cleo looks at Kelsey and is sort of like, I can't. I can't track, but I'll go with you.
You can't track, but you will point out what I don't notice, because there's some stuff that I'm either not noticing or unwilling to notice right now.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh no, what's a good question? Are you?
There was a question from Revna about where Sir Snuggleboots is.
Do we bring that dang cat through the door?
I'm sorry, you mean that precious, precious baby? Yes, absolutely.
Forgot about Snuggleboots.
You're gonna have to get leashes for Johanna and Snuggleboots. Although no, so Sir Snuggleboots behaves very well.
Yeah, way better than
Way better than
I was gonna
Johanna.
say certainly better than Johanna.
It doesn't take much, really.
No, it really doesn't. I would say Snuggleboots is probably just with us, like walking along, much like a trained dog that just kind of walks without a leash. Yeah,
Okay.
ragamuffins are good for that.
Okay. I guess I could give you a better description. I just found a better description of where you are. I will say this. I said Dreamless is like a gothic nightmare of the real thing. So anybody that you see is in medieval costume. And seem to all be kind of headed in a singular direction, but they are too busy to speak to you. The sky has a rich purple tint like a permanent dusk.
So they're all headed in a singular direction.
They seem to all be kind of funneling. Like, I'm not gonna say funneling because you're just seeing, like, you've seen like a scant like 3 people. But they're all headed the same way.
What direction generally? Is that towards the city center, or is that
more towards like the cathedral? Which is
the direction that the tracking indicated?
No.
Like everything is opposite of the direction Johanna wants to go.
So I will also say that go on. If you want to split up, you can. So there is the one that's going off more in the direction of places that you've already been, like Le Chat Noir.
I think somebody else besides Johanna should suggest that that's a terrible idea, because that is not within Johanna's character. To think about consequences, like that's not an option for me.
Sure.
So.
Sure. So, but that's totally up to y'all. If no one is going to point out that Johanna should not be doing this thing, going towards the cathedral with everybody else, or
I'll shout it, not shout it out. I was like, it's great trying to check out the cathedral, but the one oddity that we found is going in the complete opposite direction. I think we should follow it, because going into the middle of a cathedral full of strange people, we're not exactly equipped to handle if that goes wrong.
I mean, we were told that there were executions held at the town square at some point. That does not be part of that, just like the witches that we are.
Being burned at the stake is not one of my goals for the today or ever.
Look, even the cat wants to follow Haskins.
Fine. Nope. You found my weakness.
If Snuggleboots is going the other way,
that's the way we're going.
Johanna's like, the cat's walking me. I don't know what to tell you.
Emily's going to start tucking treats in whoever she wants me to follow, so that Snuggleboots goes that direction.
Nice.
It's great.
Carry a can of anchovies all the time for this very purpose.
Sardines,
right.
the whole nines. So as you walk, you don't see any more of this purple cloth, but Emily's notice of that was quite keen and astute. But you start heading back and you kind of follow a similar route, and even Muldoon's like, I mean, it kind of looks the same. It's a little, it's different, and you all, like, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. All of you. Mr. Snuggleboots, I need an intelligence roll from you, please.
I've got new dice.
You
and
have
I
to
think
roll
I
for
love
him.
them.
Is the intelligence roll? Oh, never mind. Answer my own question.
I got a 3.
Nice.
I love my new dice.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully they
Aw.
still love you when it matters.
Oh, I know.
It's the truth. It's the fucking truth.
I got an extreme success. I got
Okay,
an
so
11.
everybody's rocking extreme successes, I take it. Eh?
Just a regular success, because my dice are not that special.
Oh, are you not using the ladybugs?
You know, I should and I will after the break.
Okay,
When it gets serious.
when it gets serious. So, you with this intelligence roll, I'm going to say that as you guys are walking along, and even Muldoon is kind of like just, okay, well, I've been in Lausanne for some time, and I know my way around a little bit, so I kind of know where we are. I'm going to say that you each in turn notice like street signs and other signs and signs on carts and signs on buildings, and the language, like you perfectly understand it, all of you. You can read it, but it's not English. It's not French. It really doesn't look like anything else, but you do understand it, which is kind of reinforcing this you are in a dream
Does
location.
it have any syntax or anything that would identify it at all, or is it just symbols on everything that
It's
we
part of the shared experience, and
Perfect.
it shouldn't make sense, but it absolutely does. Like you can read the street signs, you can read the address markers.
I'm gonna take out my notebook and note down some of these,
Okay,
just like
sure.
what
Just copy
I'm
it.
seeing and what I'm
Mhm.
actually reading, and just a
That's
half
fine.
dozen or so to kind of
Yeah.
see if I can correspond to language. And I know there's not one, but like
Yeah, go ahead. You
languages
can
are
take
my
some
thing.
notes as you go through, and you can see if they maintain once you're,
Yeah.
awake.
Yeah.
So yeah, you continue walking. As you go, you kind of, as you're walking, you hear almost kind of like a howling wind coming from a turn up ahead. It's kind of out of place because there's not really a strong wind blowing where you are. But as you continue to approach, you do come upon like this empty street. If you were to turn, and there is a blustery wind blowing out of this empty street, and if you look, does anyone look around the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Looking around the corner, Kelsey, you can see there is a fissure that has just opened up in the street. It is a huge, not like a sinkhole. It's just like it's literally like split open, and from it a chilling, icy wind, far colder than anything that you have experienced in Lausanne or Dream Lausanne up to this point, is blasting outward and is almost like is almost moaning as it goes down the street. Um, if you were to try, you can tell from just peering around the end. Um, if you were to try to walk towards that fissure, you don't think you have the strength to do so. The wind is blowing that strongly.
Yeah, you know, before anybody steps out in the street and gets flung down it, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
careful. There is a giant crack in the road.
a giant crack in the road. Yes,
This
yes.
is
It's
Kelsey. I mean,
yeah, and it's
fissure. I mean,
like any good video game. If they're, you just have to go out a little ways and it doesn't affect you, but you don't want to like try to walk into the alley because it is just uh the wind is very, very, very strong.
there's this is I don't
It's very
know. I've never seen wind blowing out of a hole in the ground. This is weird, strange.
So he doesn't feel like he has the strength to approach the fissure.
like literally the wind is so strong. It is like, for instance, Johanna, like if your kitty peeks around the corner, its hair gets blown back, and like it kind of gets blown sideways as it's trying to go pass across the street. So,
Thank
and
you for
that
that
goes for everybody.
visual representation. I
I was
appreciate
doing my
it.
best, yeah.
We don't know how bad it is until the cat gets it.
Yeah, the cat just woo. But yeah, all of you, like if you try to walk up that street, it's just like a very firm wind. But but where you are, like at the end, even at the end of that like empty street and at the end of that intersection, it really doesn't affect you. It's just keeping you from going into that street. So, I mean,
I,
do you continue walking?
No, I'm gonna. Before we go any further, what are we hoping to gain here?
This is a good question. What are besides the Duke? What are you looking for here?
Because, in my opinion, if we go back to the house, through the house, if we could destroy that house, the Duke's never coming back through. That would solve a lot of problems.
You're applying physical world solutions to occult problems that could make it worse.
Actually, I'm applying physical problems. We walk through a door, we got to here, we destroy that door by destroying that house. No one's walking through that door.
Yes, in theory, I understand what you're saying. However, imagine for a second that we were to destroy the house, and the only thing anchoring that doorway is the house, and it cracks open wider. Cleo, is that a possibility?
Yeah.
But what about all the other people? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, Mr. Haskins. I just several, like dozens of people have come here. They didn't all go through that door. There are other ways.
Right,
have
I'm
to be.
thinking that has something to do with the Duke, and we know he entered the house. We didn't see him in the house, so he must be on this side. We prevent him from coming back. That could prevent him affecting our side.
Except that he's already affecting our side from here.
But by being in our world, that's my point.
He's not picking people up and putting them in the dream from our world.
And you have proof of that? How?
So you're suggesting that dozens of people have been abducted from their homes at night, brought to the Duke's house, and brought through the door into this world.
I don't think I'm gonna look at Muldoon. Were they actually physically abducted, or did this happen in their dreams?
I mean, they just say that when they dream, they come to this place. They don't. I mean, no one has mentioned an abduction
Right.
or anything like
So
that.
when they fall asleep, normally we
Right.
would go into a dream, or hypothetically, we might go to the dream lands. I'm suggesting that there's an anchor or a magnet that has been set up here to pull people in. And I'm not sure what the connection would be that drew those dozen. Although I would have to guess also that there are more than a dozen, just others are not speaking of it. But whatever it is, it's happening from here, not from our world.
Well, at least that's a purpose. I mean, a reason to be here.
I agree we need to destroy whatever's causing this. I just don't think that that is necessarily going to do the thing we want.
And I also feel like we're in over our heads and we don't know what to do.
I mean, we've been in over our heads since I took the paper
since
made out of skin off of that man. Like, this is ongoing.
oh, it was sent to you. That was sent to you.
Oh,
wasn't
right,
it?
right.
Yeah.
You didn't
Right.
actually have to remove it. It was delivered in a nice bloody manila
Oh, good.
envelope.
Yeah.
Juicy.
A bloody manila envelope.
Yep. It's just kind of like with that, like when you know that there's something in the manila envelope that shouldn't be there, and it's just kind of darkening it a little bit. Anyway, if you continue onward past the fissure, the icy cold wind, you continue to hear the moaning and howling of it behind you, but it does fade, and nothing further untoward happens. from that direction. But as you continue to go, and you start to see more people, and they are also kind of headed direction. Now they are not headed the exact same direction as those other people were, but they are going a different way. You presume that wherever, like where the cathedral is, and you all did visit the cathedral earlier in the day, with the Duke. We didn't discuss it very much, but you did go there. Um, but you presume that these people also seem to be responding to the occasional tolling of the bell, and making their way to church, as it were. And but as you're going, um, and you've kind of had this discussion about what are we looking for, who are we looking for, what do we hope to accomplish here. Um, a group of people pass you. Uh, and I need go ahead and give me an occult roll, Cleo.
Can I also do one?
Yes. Sorry, I had it muted so I could open this.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's an extreme success. These dice are doing great for me tonight. I'm really excited.
Those of you
hard
that
success.
nice. Those of you that don't have occult rolls that would like to roll something, go ahead and give me just a spot hidden. But
I tried
if you-
rolling in occult. It was a massive failure.
okay.
I failed my look.
Okay.
Oh wait, shoot!
Wow.
I forget. I get to roll with advantage on that.
Well, just roll one.
Oh, that's right. Re-roll one.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't roll the
Yeah.
whole roll
Yeah,
again.
I know.
God damn
yeah,
it, Sean.
it's regular success.
Oh, I forgot I get advantage on this. Let me just re-roll the entire roll again with an extra die this time.
I used a different die.
Did you roll anything, Emily?
Yeah.
No, you're just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
All right.
This
So
is just a dream somehow.
this is
yeah.
just somehow we are in a dream together again. As you're walking, you all notice, and those of you that rolled the occult roll, I'm gonna say that you just get before you see these people and before they are in your line of sight. Cleo especially, and Muldoon. Muldoon actually almost shivers suddenly, and it is cold, but this seems a little. He's like, oh. And Cleo, you get a feeling that they're not necessarily danger, but very uncomfortable. This is a chilling feeling. And Johanna, you even are feeling it makes you look around. Like this is your first true prickle tickle. And the hairs on the back of your neck stand and on your arms, and you don't really know immediately why, but the other two of you see them all three kind of react physically to something, and then this group of people start to pass you, and they are grotesquely clothed. They are
Just
they're
all plaid.
hey.
They're just like teenagers.
They're wearing vertical stripes with polka dots. I mean,
No,
It's all leisure suits.
they're in masks and cowls, and the masks are hideous, and the robes that they're wearing are kind of pieced together poorly, and the fabrics look saturated and soiled, and it's just terrible. Sorry, I was accosted. They don't have I'm not going to say they smell filthy or anything, but they just it's visibly jarring, their appearance. They seem to be costumed. Again, I said they were in masks and cowls, but looking at them, I will say that one is costumed traditionally as like a Grim Reaper or Death. One is an angel. One is a medieval soldier. One is a lion. Another is a Turk. Another is an assassin. And then there's, I love this, a rustic lad and a rustic lass. Which, whatever. But,
worst Wizard of Oz reproduction
as
ever.
as you look at them and you kind of take them in, those of you you took a spot hidden roll there,
Mhm.
Kelsey, and did get a regular success. You realize that the saturation and the soiling in their robes is blood, and they seem to be bleeding underneath their robes quite heavily. They do have like flogs in their hands, and as they walk past you, they do flog themselves to some degree. Some do. Um, and they're kind of just moving through the people that are now kind of starting to come flooding in. The farther into town you go, the more people are there, and they just kind of wind through them. And would anybody else like to make a spot hidden roll now that they've seen them, to see if they can pick out any other details?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Oh, I succeeded that. Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Allah,
Lola.
Allah!
Oh no.
Give us a second, y'all.
Oh, there she is.
Are you back?
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. Just a brief internet hiccup.
Oh, no worries. So,
Can I do my, as opposed to spot hidden, my kind of supernatural pokey spot
Yeah,
hidden,
go
my
ahead,
medium?
do your medium roll. And honestly,
Yeah.
if someone would like to do someone else, so I've got Cleo doing the medium roll. Did you do a spot hidden, Johanna?
Yeah.
And then Kelsey already did a spot hidden. Emily, would you like to make a history roll? Go ahead and give me
I'm
a history.
assuming they're doing some sort of All Hallows Eve costuming event. This is where Emily's brain is
This is Halloween.
Would you say the masks are like commedia masks? This is just me asking. This isn't even Cleo. I'm just curious.
Just wanna know.
Commedia masks are so terrifying to me.
They are whatever makes them more terrifying to you is what they are.
So they're just all clowns.
They're just all clowns.
Just a bunch of clowns parading by.
An
They're like
assassin
dolls.
clown, a rustic glass clown, a rustic lad clown.
Ugh, it's just making it worse.
Angels, assassins, death.
Grim
But
Reaper, clown.
those of you,
success for me, by the way.
okay, I'll get to that here in a second. I will say for the spot hiddens that were made and for the medium roll, are you okay there, Sean?
Sorry, I dropped a dice.
Okay. For the spot hidden, you notice, Johanna, that they have like China doll like blue eyes. Just
Oh, wow.
just bright crystal clear blue, and they are weeping tears of blood as they wind through the people. And Cleo, what you feel from them is penitence, I guess, and just they are chanting in Latin as they move. They reek of incense, and the cacophony of bells follow in their way, like the sound of bells like follows in their wake. It's very you get the medium roll, like a sense of ritual and a sense of like penance and paying for something, and it's all very bleak and dreary, and almost the worst parts of ancient religions. But as the bells that sound around them kind of build into almost, it's kind of a terrifying roar, and the people around them just kind of make way for them. Like they're not entirely phased by it, they just stay out of the way. But as this sound of this bells around them, and the dragging of their cloaks, and every now and again the crack of the flog, as it reaches a crescendo, the one that is masked as a lion actually sprouts wings and flies away. And as it does, it flies over you, and the tears, the bloody tears that he cries, actually kind of sprinkle on the five of you, and the blood is hot, like scalding hot, and you all kind of quickly try to wipe it away, perhaps out of fear, but also because it literally burns. That history roll there. What's your name, Mala?
Emily.
Emily. Emily notices, like, amongst the figures, and you see that the winged lion, when it sprouted wings, you were reminded oddly that the winged lion is the symbol of Venice. And you're not entirely sure what that means, but you do know that that city did surrender to a soldier. Well, once the lion flew away, the soldier pursues it, and Venice was a city that eventually surrendered to Napoleon, and you historically pick up a strange parallel there. It's very strange. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a dream.
It doesn't really align time-wise. This is like medieval Renaissance, and
Yeah, it's just all
they're
kind of weird.
reenacting something from several hundred years later.
Yeah, it's what a weird place you're in. Emily's not having a good day. She's ready to crack open a juice box.
The adult kind. Really.
Do you continue walking with the people?
Yeah, we sure do.
No, we're just gonna stand here. We're gonna let them people get as far away from us, and then we'll start to follow. Yeah, you continue to walk. You do find that you are coming up on Rue Saint Etienne, which is where your lovely friends, the Wellingtons, taxidermy shop is. Do you have any interest in popping in, saying hi, seeing how they are?
Leo
Wow.
does.
That seems like a very loaded, leading question.
It's either, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying you're there. You can go if you want. You don't have to.
Yeah, might as well.
That's
Wanna
what I
see-
was thinking about actually when we first stepped out into the street. I was like, where is the Wellington residence?
You find it. You all turn down a street. As you're going down the street, you pass by another one of those like alleyways, and there's not a smell roll in this game, but I'm going to say that you all are kind of you smell the very clear sweet smells. Like that group smelled like incense and kind of a tang of blood, but you start to smell like these wonderfully sweet, clear smells that don't really fit also with the rest of the area. But you do, as you're passing by an alley, you can look down. If somebody would like to take a spot hidden, you can. You do see a lot of flowers here. Are any of you, just flavor wise, would any of you be cooks? Like, do you enjoy cooking, or
I have a cook.
do any of
We
you have
know.
any cooking skills?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
Now I want to build a character
that does.
just cooks.
I mean, if you look, did you give me a spot hidden there, Kelsey?
Yeah, I got a hard success.
Okay, for a hard success, you're going to notice that some of those are like they're garlic plants. You do see some garlic bulbs. But that spot, you got a hard success.
Yeah.
One thing that you do notice as you all are passing by, because the group doesn't stop here; they continue to move on. But something does seem off, and you're pretty sure that as you're walking, like as you pass and you think about it a little bit more about that street or that alleyway, there were like no shadows there. It's just one of those weird, like, these are different parts of this dream world that you're kind of experiencing, and more things to just make it seem off and not right. But
So
you do.
So
go ahead.
nothing that I was gonna say. So with the no shadows, it's nothing that I find. Yeah, I'm not gonna call it out because it's just I'm gonna
This is something you saw.
chalk it up to just more weirdness that
Something
we're seeing.
fucking weird. Yeah.
Okay.
As you're walking, you do come across the taxidermy shop. So, the taxidermy shop has torches out front. It does say in that strange language that you understand but don't know why. You know, Wellington Brothers Taxidermy. You can enter in. Well, actually, the door is open. And looks like it may have been forced open.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna go in and check on our friends, the Wellingtons.
Okay. Going in, you hear a struggle upstairs. And you do hear the voice of Edgar. Pretty much, hands off me. I've done nothing. Get off me. Get off me. And do you want to go up or do you want to
Yeah.
chill out in the basement? Okay.
I'm gonna pull one of my knives and head up the stairs.
Okay. You head up the stairs and you see two men that are dressed in like garb of like perhaps a military or like a city guard kind of thing, trying to what seems to be arrest Edgar. My friends, thank you for being here. These men are trying to take me away and I've done nothing. Honestly, I mean, he's a little shocked to see you, but do you know this man? This man has been called before the prince, and I would like to. He doesn't say so. The man has been called before the prince. Get out of our way. If you obstruct us, we'll take you as well.
What charges?
When the prince says he wishes to see someone, they come, and if they do not come, we bring them.
Before I act, is Edgar dressed in normal clothes or is he in the same?
He's in appropriate rags for the time, but he seems like that doesn't seem to bother him. I mean, he's clean enough, but he definitely looks.
Okay.
It's definitely more time period appropriate.
And when he said my friends, I mean, he's referring to the fact that he has met us, or that was
Yes.
just more. Okay. So I'm just gonna react the way Kelsey would, and this might screw us over. I'm gonna draw my gun and shoot at the guard that's trying to arrest him.
Nice.
Okay.
Just gonna
Okay.
drop him.
So we're going to go into combat.
Yay!
So go
It's
ahead.
been a while.
That's fine.
It has been a while.
I need. Fuck. How do I do this?
We go in order of decks.
We go in
Sorry,
order of
guys.
decks. So yeah, give me. No, that's fine. There's only two of them, and this is a dream. You just wake up, right?
No, I'm not sure that's how that works when you're physically in the dream.
Yeah, we
Just
never
show you
fell
die.
asleep.
If you die in this dream, you die in real life. That's
Is that
we've
how it
determined this
goes?
already. This is how it goes. Oh.
That's how it goes. So yeah, who's got the highest dex? Is it
Mine's 85.
what's next? Give me your
I've got
dex.
Mine's
a
80.
7. I've got a 70.
I got a 75.
So
Okay.
I go last.
So I have. I'm gonna type into our chat here because I, for some reason, don't have a pen. Sean has 85. Who had 80?
Emily.
Yep.
Emily's Dexy. Damn. Cleo was 75.
Yeah.
I remember you all are exactly 5 apart, and you're 70, right, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, so Sean, you declared your action that you are going to shoot this man. So go ahead and fire off a shot.
That is a regular success.
So they can he can dodge,
Mm-hmm.
and then he wants to try and get either a regular success or better because he's dodging. It goes in the favor of the dodger.
Right. And he does get a regular success, so he does manage to dodge out of the way.
Crap. No.
Huh?
Ah.
Kelsey's like, shit. I wouldn't have done that if I knew that it was going to
Yeah.
be this way. So, Emily, that goes to you. Would you like to continue in combat or de-escalate?
Emily would prefer to de-escalate. We don't know what the hell is going on, and shooting the guards is generally a bad idea. So now let's all come down here. We are just worried about a friend, and given that we do not know why the prince would like to see him, we would prefer he and everyone here remain unharmed. Yes, can we agree on this? Let's put our weapons away.
What is this weapon you carry? The guard is stunned that there was a projectile. What kind of bow is that? No.
It's a crossbow. Just it's foreign. Don't worry about it.
It's from Canada.
I mean, if you would join me, we will have to, now that you've, like, one of the guards is like, chill out. He's trying to piece things together. The other one is the one that you tried to shoot at, and he's like, wants to stab. But just stay down. Just stand down. And, the count just, or the fuck, what is he, a prince? The prince just wanted to see him.
How about this? Would it be alright if we accompany him to see the prince? And straighten out whatever's going on here. The more the merrier, yeah?
I mean, sure. And Edgar is like, I don't even want to go. Like, I did nothing. I've done nothing wrong.
Perhaps this is just a social visit.
If you get me out of this, I'll get you the scroll. It's here.
Leo leans forward towards Edgar and like whispers, like gets like close to his face and is like whispering like in his ear, and she's like, "Is the Duke the prince?"
I've never seen the prince. The Duke, my friend? No, there's no way. That's crazy talk.
And she looks at him and she whispers again, "Do you know how to leave here?"
You just wake up. That's all you have to do.
And she just nods, kind of almost imperceptibly.
I must bring you before the prince. He has requested you. If we need to go now, you don't understand. The longer that we take with you, the more trouble that we are in. This is, and Edgar is with Cleo so close. He's like, we cannot go with them. I've never met the prince, but his people are not okay. They are not well. We cannot go. Come on, we need to go. We need to go now.
And Cleo turns to the guard and she says, I understand the pressure you're under, but just one moment. And she leans forward and she says, "Where is William?"
William has never been here. I've never brought him here. I take a drug to get here. It helps me sleep.
Are we all hearing what he's saying?
Give me listen rolls.
Sure.
Because Emily is still probably trying to diffuse
Yeah.
the guards.
Trying to keep a bodily barrier between the guards and.
Yeah.
I got a regular success on listen.
I got an extreme success.
Then yes, the two of you are hearing. Did you roll a listen as well, Emily?
I figure she's occupied with.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I slip past Emily and surprise one of the guards by, I don't know, stabbing him?
Sure. If you kind of describe it in such a way that I will let you have a surprise attack.
As Emily's like kind of talking, I'm going to keep my hand with my knife kind of behind her so they can't quite see it, and I will like talk along with her, like trying to calm things down, and then just kind of slip around and jab the knife into the guy.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Do I get a bonus die for a sneak attack, maybe?
Is that how it works in this game?
I don't know. It's really up
I
to
don't
you.
think it does. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna allow them to dodge.
That's fair. Oh, Yeah, that's a regular success.
Okay, so you sink the knife right into his belly there. So go ahead and give me damage on that.
It is 5 damage.
Is this the guy that was trying to de-escalate? That you're let's see, who that's what I get to figure out. Who were you wanting to stab? The one that was being reasonable
I,
or the one that was still feisty for getting shot at?
the one that's feisty.
Okay. Um uh he's like, "Oh!" and the guard that was trying to be good is like, what is happening? And as he realizes it, would anyone else, I will let someone else cuz make an attack if they need to at this point. And Edgar, I'm going to say Edgar grabs onto Cleo's arm. We have to get out of here. Emily,
Kowski's
would you?
first instinct to shoot was right.
But these are like innocent people. But Emily's just gonna try and disarm the guards with her.
Okay.
cane.
So go ahead and give me an attack roll. Whether you're, I guess, are you doing like
It's
a blunt
a natural
object?
1. So
Ooh.
You just knock them both in the canoggins and yeah, they drop like sacks of flour onto the ground. One of them does have Johanna's dagger or knife just jutting out of his there's an Old Testament story about a guy getting stabbed and he's super fat and that's how he's described as, grotesquely obese, and when he's stabbed in the stomach, like the fat is so tight that it like sucks in the knife even further. It's bizarre. But anyway, that's what I'm imagining here. so I don't know how
my
else to
knife is
describe this.
gone. Did I lose my knife?
No, you can if you go real fast, you can pull it out of there. But I'm going to make you do a strength roll to pull it out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the knife as we bolt. I assume.
Yeah, Edgar's like, oh, come.
is there a lit tea kettle by any chance in this, or some sort of pot? Just
I
gonna
mean,
do,
yeah,
like,
you're
quick
upstairs.
trail.
You're upstairs. You're in the
Basically
kitchen.
gonna cauterize this poor bleeding out dude real quick.
Okay.
Like he's unconscious, because Emily's like, I don't know if these are people that I don't know. In our world, I don't want to potentially kill them.
When I pull out the knife and Emily starts coming over with the kettle, I'll say, "What are you doing? This is a dream."
Is it? I don't know anymore.
I'm pretty sure it is. We don't need to.
This man is bleeding out and is a member of the local constabulary. I will not have the death on our heads. Just going to take care of this real quick. Don't worry about it. Why don't you go help the others?
Go ahead and give me a first aid roll. I fucking
Look.
love you.
I don't want all these dead people here. Unless I murder them myself.
Unless I'm the one who's putting them in the bleeding closet, they do not get to die.
I like that she's like, "Oh, he's part of the constabulary," but that nurse, we murdered him in the dark. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
he was a piece of
Yeah, no,
a piece
I
of
get it.
garbage. This is just a guy following orders. We've all done dark things when we're following orders. It is a hard success.
Have we?
Emily has. Emily has.
Visible. You Americans don't know what it's like.
Okay, yeah, you are able to stop the bleeding, and he briefly, his eyes fly open, and he's like, "Ah!" And then he passes out from pain.
Have a juice box.
Good on
You just leave a juice box there.
He's going to need it. He's going to be very sorry.
You even like prime it. You put the straw in for him, so he doesn't have to have the strength to do that. Ding. All right. So and Edgar's like, I have the scroll is here. In Dream Lausanne, I may have fibbed a bit. But it is here, and I will get it to you. Thank you for stopping that. But we are going to have to avoid the prince. I've never interacted with him, and I've never seen him. But as I said before, his staunchest followers are not well. I don't really know how you all got here. Are you all taking the dream drug as well?
No.
We followed the Duke to his home and found a door of souls that was a portal to this world from the waking world.
Well, the door was covering the portal.
Yeah.
Edgar looks at you all like you're just loony. He's
He's taking drugs to be in the dream world, and he thinks we're crazy.
I take drugs to help me sleep. I add my morphine to it.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
That was actually a thing that I
1920s.
was supposed to divulge to you during one of Cleo's spot hiddens or psych rolls early on, is that he clearly bears the signs of being a morphine addict.
I mean, this man is
For
not okay
PTSD.
after the war.
No,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
But he's like, um, I mean, I didn't. The Duke is the one who gave me my dream drug. I didn't know he had a doorway. And Muldoon goes, that actually kind of goes along with some of the things I had kind of surmised, that he was using something to give people a mass hallucination or a shared
I'm gonna
experience.
look at Muldoon and say, so there is a connection that they're all taking something.
Well,
from
I
the
didn't
Duke?
know that they were. I speculated that he had some type of method to make all of these people share in an experience. I still don't understand it. I mean, I've taken paracetamol. You've probably taken paracetamol, and we don't all go to sleep and dream of the same place once we take. It still doesn't make sense to me. But little does when we deal with these kinds of things. By the way, my name is Peck Muldoon. He introduces himself to Edgar, and he says, "Are you familiar at all with? You said the Duke is your friend. Are you familiar with the Brotherhood?" And Edgar's like, "I have no idea what." Like, he looks at the rest of you. He's like, "Who is this?"
No. This is a
Did you make
conversation we can. This is a conversation we can unpack when we get to the real world, our world. Let's.
Maybe not so much.
Not
for that
now.
We don't need to. Yeah, you get the scroll, please. We really need that, and we will. So you're going to meet us later with it, or how are we going to do this? Are you going to give it to us now?
I mean, I have it for getting me out of that situation. I would definitely be happy to show it to you. It's downstairs, and he starts to head downstairs. And as the five of you go downstairs, there is, and you get to the front door. Remember, the front door had been bashed open. There is a huge shadow that then blocks the door, and we will go ahead and take our 10-minute break right here. And I don't do big cliffhangers, and I just like to roll through them. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and take our 10 minutes. I need a wee. I'm sure someone else does. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Please stick around. I hope you're all having a good time. Top off your beverages, empty the tank, and we will see you shortly.
All right.
And hello, and welcome back to Illuminated Page, Horror on the Orient Express. I continue to be Rue, your conductor, your friend, your host for the evening, and I continue to be here with my friends, Ala, Sean, Alyssa, and Matt. And yeah, we're here in in 1923 Lausanne. But before I get too far, I do want to say we do have kind of a full week here on the channel this week. For a hot minute, we have on Tuesday night. Again, we'll be coming back. I believe it's episode 11. 10 or 11 of By
11.
Leaps and Bounties. Yeah, 11 of By Leaps and Bounties, our 7th C second edition actual play. Al and I both are cast members on that one. We are wrapping up our second season here over the course of October. We will be having a special Monday night episode on Halloween to be the season finale for that show. But yes, we will be back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for that Eastern. Wednesday, we will have our chat member, Revna. Revna Runs Riot, I believe, is her Twitch username. She is going to be running an Alien mini series on Wednesday nights. I was going to be in that too, but I had to bow out for work commitments. So Sean has stepped in to, fill my very large shoes. So good
Hopefully I
job.
can.
Good job, Sean. Enjoy. I'm sad that I'll be missing it. John will also be on that, as well as our dear, dear friends Ted and Aaron. So if you're a member of our Discord, you probably know them. And then on Thursday, John again is going to be kicking off his Dragon Age Masks and Daggers campaign. And we have I'm pretty sure a lot of new faces are going to pop up in that show. Revna will be on that show as well. Panimi's friend Reggie, and then Frankie, who is the partner of another cast member that has popped up here and there on some Seriously Let's Plays named Stevie. So it's going to be a hoot and a holler. It's going to be a good time. I know, Matt, I would be remiss if I did not announce that tomorrow night on your channel, I'll go ahead and let you talk about it. But
no. So tomorrow night starts our D&D stream. The Fall of Acatoria is the name of the story. I've got 4 brand new players to streaming, so but people that have been playing D&D for a while and are good friends of mine. So that'll be fun.
Is Monica still in that stream?
Oh, I'm sorry, Monica's on there. I was counting in my head, and I'm like, no, none of them have done any streaming except Monica. Monica, who is newish to D&D, but seems to be the old hat for streaming in that group, which is good. But I've got 4 really solid players, and things are going to go bad for them very quickly, so that'll be fun for me. But yeah, that starts on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern over at twitch.tv/QG Entertainment.
Yep, we'll have some links for that. I don't think I have those ready tonight, but we will definitely have those, and we will be sending people over there tomorrow through our Discord. If you have not already joined our Discord, please do so. Somebody throw up that exclam Discord in chat there. Drop that link if it's not already there. Please join us. We have a good time. We've had a lot of new people show up this week. Friends of friends. People are telling their people about us.
We got rated earlier too.
That's what John was telling me. Another channel rated us tonight with about 10 people. Thank you so much for that. I do not have any eyes on what's going on in chat, so if you are still here from that raid, I apologize that I did not call it out at the time, but we really do appreciate you joining and hanging out with us tonight if you did so.
It's really kind of exciting when I look at our user chat. The list of people, I actually have to scroll down to see them all.
Right.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, I usually am in chat, but I have found that I get super distracted, so I'm avoiding chat tonight. So I'm going to let the rest of you handle that for me. I've got good people here that keep the chat in line and keep me focused where I need to be focused. I believe on Saturday before we I'll get to that in a second. On Saturday we do have another Seriously Let's Play. This week I believe it's Crystal Mazer is going to be Kid's Guide to Monster Hunting. Is Crystal on it? Crystal Mazer will be GMing that stream, I believe. So if you're familiar, I bet if you're watching this show and you come from our Discord, you have at least one game on a shelf that Crystal Mazer has been a part of. Crystal also, didn't she write Ironbound with Danny? Yeah. So our GM on Tuesday nights has worked with Crystal before on a game called Ironbound. That we had a real good time playing on this channel way back in the before times when this was Quiet Gentleman Entertainment, and we played it with David. Were you in that game, Sean?
Yeah.
Sean,
Yeah, it was
me,
fun.
David, and Sam, I think,
Yeah.
were in that game. So way before times, y'all. But anyway, that's our schedule for this week. We will not be back next week yet again. There will be 2 weeks off again for this show, the next 2 Sundays, due to prior commitments and an upcoming convention. But we will be back on October 30th. As of right now, we will be back with episode 5. I think tonight's episode 4. I think next time is episode 5. So
Feels like episode 75. All
it
in
does.
one
It does.
week.
It's just because we have it all 1 week, all 1 day.
All one day.
Yeah, only Lausanne.
Only
Season
Lausanne.
10.
Only ever Lausanne.
It's been the 19th for so long.
I know. I'm trying to get you guys out of it.
Fight the boogeyman first.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's hop back into it. So yes, as the 5-6 of you went down the stairs, you did see a hulking shadow move in front of the door, blocking the sunlight, and a booming French voice. I will not do an accent. Says, "Edgar, my friend, your coming has been delayed. I have asked to see you. Why have you delayed, or why have you not responded to my calls?" And Edgar is, you can't see the man's face. Those of you that have spent any time with the Duke, though, which you did on a tour in which he was quite talkative, you do recognize the Duke's voice and the Duke's form, but you can tell that he is definitely wearing different clothes. He's in a as he kind of moves so the light shines on his face, you see that he has kind of been not so much transformed, but he has more, his look is definitely more like the rest of the world, more of this medieval appearance. He's got kind of longer hair that curls in at the chin. He's wearing a rich purple cloak. I don't know what the pieces of clothing are called in this time period, but he's dressed appropriately for the rest of the setting. And one thing you do notice, well, give me some spot hiddens.
Normal success.
No.
Regular, I mean.
Great success.
Okay. You notice, those of you that make this roll, and it actually doesn't take a whole lot, but in this dim, with him blocking the light, those of you that do notice, you see crisscrossing his arms, and all the way, even the part of him that is exposed up to here, his face is untouched. His face is very much the same, almost cherubic face of the Duke, but up to here, and then what is exposed on his arms, crisscrossing his flesh, are a number of scars, and like keloid scars, and where it looks like it's almost been pieced together. And Edgar kind of quails a little bit, and he said, and he actually under his breath mutters, "The Jigsaw Prince." And he I didn't know. He looks at Muldoon. He said, "I didn't know. I didn't know." And then the Duke or the Prince comes in, and he's like, why are you so scared? We have been friends for quite a long time, Edgar."
Duke, I have questions.
Prince. Thank you.
But when you introduced earlier, were you not Duke? Has your title changed?
Here I am the Prince.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not aware of a royal dispensation. So could you help me understand a couple of things? The door that blocked the portal coming into this world in your house.
I'm gonna need you to roll some charms or fast talks. Give me some kind of social roll. So
oh
he
no, I'm
doesn't
absolutely just like distracting him. Hopefully Kelsey's gonna shoot him. Oh no. I'm gonna. I'll spend 17 luck to make that a regular success on charm.
Okay. Remember, chat. We do have just below the chat window. There is a little magnifying glass with a cute little cephalopod eyeball in there, and if you click on that, maybe it'll tell you that you can buy luck advances for our wonderful crew,
We
and
did
all
get
kinds
one
of things.
earlier.
It also lets you stamp your ticket.
It also lets you stamp your ticket. So if you want to say, "Hey, I'm there," and
If you don't want to get thrown off the train by Indiana Jones.
or the Jigsaw Prince of
Right.
Dreamland.
I'm trying to find it in chat. We got one earlier and I forgot to call it
We
out.
gotta. Did we get a luck advance in chat?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It was earlier, way earlier. I forgot to call it out because we got
Well,
busy.
you do have a reroll for when you're gonna shoot someone, Kelsey.
Yeah, you have one specifically for shooting him.
Ooh,
Okay, so
Yeah.
go ahead and mark that
Nudge.
down, Sean, that you have a
Okay.
reroll.
Yeah,
John
Tropic-
did confirm that a luck advance did get lost in the flow of chat. So go ahead, roll a book luck advance, which is try to get above your luck figure, and then you get to roll a d10.
can I save this roll for when I shoot? Because it failed on my luck, but it would be awesome for my shooting.
No.
Oh, okay. Gotta try.
Sorry, John is going.
Moon Crow also gave us a luck advance just now. And
So
all of
another
us have
reroll.
2 rerolls, I guess.
Everybody has 2 rerolls, apparently, and there was a second luck advance just purchased. Would you guys like to roll that luck advance now or wait a little bit?
Yeah, let's roll it now so we don't forget it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and roll. Again, you must roll above what you just added to your luck. You must roll above that to
I
get
did. So now what do we roll?
a D10.
D10.
You're adding a D10.
Cool. Ooh, nice.
That's okay. Don't worry. So he listens to you for a time,
Sure.
Johanna. But he starts to, as he listens to you, he turns his hulking figure and he ducks and steps out of the doorway.
Like outside?
Yeah, he
Like I'm in the
starts-
middle of talking and he just
He
leaves
turns
the
and
room?
starts to walk out. Yeah, and do you follow or do you stay in the room?
If you want,
He may be cutting off a exit, I'm afraid.
is there a window so I can see out without going to the doorway on this first floor or wherever we're at?
Yeah, there are windows. The curtains are drawn, but you can definitely.
I am going to go peek out the window to see if I can get a line of sight on him.
Okay. And I'll see. Literally, you really didn't need to do that. He steps out, and there is. When you look out, Kelsey, you can see that there is quite a mob of people out there, and he just kind of motions over his shoulder, and they start to approach the door.
We slam and barricade the door.
Sure.
Because I holler out about the time you guys probably notice it. I'm like, there is a lot out there, and they're coming in.
Okay, there. Sorry, I was looking for some stats that I couldn't find. Yeah, so go ahead and give me a go ahead and you don't have to roll anything to slam the door, but to barricade it and or jimmy the lock to make it work the lock. I'm gonna say go ahead, Emily, and give me. You have mechanical repair, don't you? Yeah.
I do.
Rock it out.
I'm gonna use that glorious reroll because. Oh yeah, that's much better.
Oh, we all have 3 rerolls now.
Jesus
The
Christ,
Far Lane
y'all.
has given us all 1, and then also has made a reroll successful attack on PC purchase.
Okay.
So once you do attack us, Roxy, and succeed, then you have to
And
reroll.
succeed. Then, yeah. Well, and you all have to tell me which one you want to reroll.
Sure, that's fair.
What's that mechanical repair roll there,
It is
Ala?
a regular success.
Okay, so it is barricaded. I'm going to say that adds just a little bit to the door score, as it were. But yeah, there is a mob that is coming to the door, and the prince, he says, "If you just come out, Edgar, this will all go away."
Wait, is there a rug by the door, or is it just
Like a welcome mat kind of thing, or like something to
anything? Is
wipe
there
your
like a
feet on?
rug on the
Sure,
floor or anything?
sure.
Cool. Cleo is, and as she's doing it, she's like, I don't know that this is gonna work. I don't know if we're just dealing with people or what. But she lifts the rug up and she puts a line of salt, and then
Okay.
puts the rug back down.
Okay. All right. And
We'll
there's,
want
you
to get
know,
the windows too, and
Oh,
probably go
she'll do
upstairs.
that.
Yeah.
Edgar, if you could get the scroll for us, and then maybe it's time for you to wake up.
oh, okay.
Scroll, please. Come on.
Edgar runs off, and does anybody go with him, or do you just send him off to get it himself?
I'll go with him.
Okay, Johanna, you follow him. I will go ahead and we will stick with Johanna and Edgar for the moment. He takes you into the back room, and I don't know if I don't remember how much you all saw when you went into the taxidermy place before, but there was a bear that was in the middle of being worked on. They you get into the he takes you to the bear, and then the one thing that you have noticed, which I didn't really describe, but coming downstairs into the taxidermy shop, everything is very similar, but it's all very it's been adjusted for the time period. So again, there's like torches instead of like electric light, things like that. The deer is still on the table down there, but it is a reeking mess. It's not been properly handled. The bear that they had been working on, that was kind of off in another room, was is actually just like, he's got like in his chest cavity is just like a slurry of offal and organs and all kinds of things. And Edgar just you watch him, Johanna, as he just punches into this chest cavity of this bear and pulls out the scroll. And it's in a case, thankfully, but you see a scroll case, and it's just like a shower of gross,
Ew.
yeah, innards of this bear that have been reeking and rotting in here for God knows how long. And there's hammering now on the door. Now, Kelsey, you are looking out the window. Emily, you are there as well. If you wanted to take pot shots, you could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, because since the one guard got kind of freaked a little bit by the gunshot, I'm hoping it'll scare him, maybe make him step back if I can
Okay.
shoot one of them.
So you're gonna break the glass and shoot through it, I assume. There are bars on.
Oh, okay.
No,
There's
that's
bars.
not
Yeah,
this.
then I'm
No,
definitely
there's
barking
not
the glass.
bars. There's not bars on
Yeah.
this glass. That's the Duke's house.
Does the window open?
It does if you
Yeah.
break it.
Well, I'm
I
hoping
will
maybe
s-
I can
I will
open
say-
it, shoot, and then if we need to,
I will say that you can open. Yeah, there's a little bit of a window that you can crank open.
Yeah, we'll crank it open and I might take a shot. Maybe do I have line of sight on the one that's maybe pounding on the door right now?
I mean, it's a crowd.
Okay.
Like, they're pressing in like World War Z. They're
maybe
gonna
don't,
start
like-
climbing each other.
Murder them. They might just be regular people asleep.
Emily is such a kind matron.
Such a
trying to protect
kind,
these-
murderous.
I'm at a hard success.
Okay. They're not paying any attention to you or this. So when the gunshot happens, I don't know what's on my neck, y'all. I've been attacked.
Probably a
When the
cat.
probably when the gunshot happens, you hit one of them, and you see that person kind of go, react to the shot, but then they are immediately just like, and the prince, is just standing out there, kind of in the permadusk, and he's like, just come out. I can call them all off. It's fine. Come out. And but Johanna, you do have a scroll case now. Cleo, you have salted the floor.
And some of the windows.
And some of the windows. So I'm going to say, if you're in the window and you're looking out, I want you to make an occult roll for me.
I'll take that. An extreme success with a
Beautiful.
3.
So
Nice.
I'm going to say that as you're salting the window and seasoning it properly, that you look out and you are now looking in. It is dusky out there, but there is light that is kind of shining onto the prince. And you see again these scars and things. And it is very clear to you that his skin bears the marks of clearly having, like, you see different skin tones, and in each
Ew.
different piece of flesh that is on his body in between the crisscross of scars. And this is very reminiscent to you of what you have learned in the past in London about the Brotherhood of the Skin. And Muldoon, I'm gonna say Muldoon is just kind of like,
Useless.
yeah, he's like, oh shit. so so he's just kind of like standing and watching, but um his you would say that this is proof enough that yes, the Duke is a member of the Brotherhood of the Skin. Would you like to do anything? Would anybody else like to make any kind of combat move with the crowd? Or I'm going to go back to Johanna and
Maybe
Edgar.
we should just go out the back door after we have what we need.
There is
Yeah.
there is the back door that you could go out. And Edgar so Edgar has handed you, he's like, here, I promised you the scroll. You have it. When we get back, I have some I have some things I can show you.
Yes.
But we need to get back. We need to get back to
There's a back door out of your shop, correct?
yes.
And
Yes.
Can you wake up now?
Usually I leave through the back door, and yes, the dream fades.
Then I will stick my head back out into like the front, the little area where the other 4 of them are, and say, "Okay, I have it. Let's get out of here."
Okay. So the 5 of you.
Before we go out the back door, so we have this? Johanna has the scroll case, right?
Yeah.
Do we have something to put that scroll into? Because if need be, I want to throw that scroll case at the Jigsaw King if we need to, and maybe that will give us a chance to get away. Okay, fine. Here, it's yours.
We have the picnic basket.
Do you want to put the scroll in the picnic basket?
Yes.
Hey, the picnic basket.
If Dream Yogi shows up and steals our picnic basket, and that's the stupid
Hey.
case we have to go on, I'm gonna be mad.
Hey, boo boo. Hey, Edgar.
Because I don't think we
Come
give
on
it.
out.
I don't think we give him the scroll case now because he'll just kill us outright. But it may give us a chance to fling it and keep running, and they'll stop him long enough. Maybe give us a little bit of a lead.
Well, right now they have not burst through the door. So what do you want to? Yeah. So
Yeah, we're going out the back now.
Going out the back.
Once we put the scroll in the picnic basket.
okay.
Yes.
So you have an empty scroll case and a scroll in a picnic basket in a picnic basket. If I don't say it like Yogi Bear, it comes out wrong.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's where we are
So
now.
you start to run for the door, and Johanna is near or Edgar is near the front with Johanna. And as you run out, Edgar can't seem to leave. But Johanna gets through. Anybody who's behind Edgar tries to go, but he can't. And he's like, I don't understand. You just wake up. You just wake up. Do you continue to go?
We have heard about this, that the prince keeps people here against their will. Can we slap him awake or something? I don't know, just like
Could we?
have some smelling salts? I don't know.
So
Leo try to infiltrate his sleeping self
okay.
and wake him up.
So you hear behind you, you hear the door start to crack and break with the weight of the mob outside. Here, Cleo, I don't know if you could try. I will say we are probably running out of time. So Johanna's already through. Johanna, you are in the taxidermy shop in the real world.
Oh, I'm in the real world.
Yes. Yeah,
Ah.
you ran through first. And when
Oh. Well, then I'll go slap him awake.
he is dead.
Like dead or dead asleep?
When you go upstairs, he is on his cot and he is dead.
That's disconcerting.
But you do not hear anybody following through after you, which is probably also disconcerting.
Yeah.
So is anybody? But the three of you do not know this on the outside.
I'm gonna look at Cleo. Did you salt the back door? Is that what's going on?
No, I salted everything out front. There's no. She points. She's like, "There's no salt here."
And
I try
you
to
hear
push him
angry
through.
mob. Okay.
I'm just trying to push him through.
He doesn't go. He's like, I should just wake up. I should just I should wake up.
Do we
Are
we
you
run through the
asleep?
door and try and wake him up? I mean, it's a bit of a run to the taxidermist shop, but I mean, we should be able to get there.
I mean, no, you're in the taxidermist shop.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know
yeah.
as the character that if I go through that door, I'm going to be taxidermy shop real world.
Yeah.
All right, Cleo's actively trying to get into his head.
Okay. Give
As
me
we're
a
doing
give me
this.
give me a medium roll, I guess. Yeah.
And are there any doors between us and the front door, or is it just
Sure.
all
I will say that you
doorways?
can shut. A
Yeah.
lot of those European houses have doors on everything. So
Hard success.
Yeah, Askins, help me barricade these doors as much to give a
hard
stand.
success, Cleo.
Definitely.
Okay. You are getting in. I will say that you are successfully communicating with him. He doesn't really realize it in the dream, but the feeling of Edgar, that spirit, does have tinges of death around it. That, and you understand that he can't go through because this is where he is now.
She, in this dream, we're outside of his head in this dream world.
Mhm.
She will lean forward in his ear. And she will say, "To die, to sleep, no more." And then she'll lean back and nod at him.
And he doesn't look like he accepts it really. I mean, there's a glint of understanding there, but he kind of like, no, I just go through. I just wake up. I just wake up.
You'll never wake up again, not in the same way. You have to pass on. It's different. You have to go somewhere else. Not here, but not where you came from. Go.
There is a loud crack and slam, and you start to hear the sound of footsteps in the house, and the voices are louder, calling for, "Come out, Edgar! You can't go anywhere!"
What are we doing?
Has there been enough time for me to come back down?
You can come back down to the back door, but when you look out the back door, it is onto the yard.
I'll at least call out. He seems to be dead here.
None of you can hear that.
That's fine. I did
Yeah,
quite good.
but that's a good try. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are fully in the waking world now.
That's fair.
The dream has faded for you. The rest of you.
What happens if he is killed here?
I was just gonna say, Cleo reaches in, pulls out a dagger, and she will hug him as a friend would, and slit his throat.
Oh shit!
What's?
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow! Okay.
I thought we were trying to save him.
Nope.
Not
Trying to keep-
here.
Yeah,
But if she
not-
kills him here, there's a possibility he can pass on. He's dead.
Wait,
Oh.
dead?
He's dead.
What? I mean, now he is. That's you can't come to us that.
Emily, ever the pragmatist. Now he is. Yes. Are
All right,
you
let's go.
you hear stomping footsteps. You hear, "Come on, Edgar, old friend, just show me where the scroll is."
Are we done here?
Cleo will like hug him and bring him to the ground, and like she'll be with him as he passes.
And his
I don't think I can hold this door for much longer.
who is anybody leaving? Is anybody going out through the back door?
Cleo, we gotta go. This door's not gonna hold.
She'll go after she
Okay.
does her thing with
So-
him.
Then
So
I'll follow
Cleo goes. Yeah, Cleo, Kelsey, Emily.
Emily
Okay.
will go last. Just
Um,
'cause that's what
I'm
she
gonna
does.
say that Muldoon at some point just was like, "I'm out," just pieces
I
out
figured
the
he
back.
left before Johanna.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
"I
was.
did not
he
ask
was.
for this."
He was like, "I don't know what the hell's
Peace.
going on. I'm out."
Muldoon is
I'm
just a
rethinking his
scholar.
hobbies.
You never see Muldoon again. No. Yeah, he bolts, and you all get through the door, and once you get through the door, the dream fades, and the vision of Wellington there on the ground also fades with it. And the last thing that he says to you, Cleo, is, "You just wake up," and then he's gone. So you are now back in the waking world.
What the hell?
You are downstairs in the back room at the taxidermy shop.
Every door in this town, something into the dream?
I'd like to revisit Kelsey's plan with burning down a house.
Okay.
But there's still another brother that lives here.
No,
Oh,
no,
you mean the other
other
house?
house.
The one
I'm
that's
not-
largely
The
stone.
Duke's house. The Duke's house.
Yeah,
Um,
we need
are
to
you-
shut that door.
Largely made of stone.
it is.
But
It is kind of.
but the-
for-
Oh, is it seriously a stone house? Did I
yeah,
miss
it's
that?
like a.
All right, well,
it's
never
like
mind.
a. It's like
No,
It's
a.
one
no,
of
no,
these
they-
oldie boys.
No,
Oh.
they burnt down what's his name's house back in England, so that was mostly stone too. There's wood supports in there. We could burn it down.
Where there's a
Okay,
will,
the
there's a way.
difference. The difference between Professor or the house that was burned. Completely different architecture for
Okay.
one. No. As it
Old-timey
is though.
European.
As it is though, you are in this house. There is no mob coming after you. Nothing else is coming through this door.
Yeah.
You are again in the waking world, so there is no access to the dream world through this back door. So, like when you look out the door and step out, you are just in Lausanne, and it is a cold January mid-afternoon.
Leo goes upstairs. His bedroom is upstairs, right?
Yeah,
It's upstairs.
the bedroom and the
just-
kitchen, the
When
living
she
quarters are
starts
all
to
upstairs.
go that way,
She
I
goes.
will like grab her arm and say, "Cleo, he's already gone. It's too late."
I know he should be properly. His body should be consecrated so nobody can fuck with it. And she just she continues going.
Yeah,
as she
no,
says
I let go of her arm and go with
Okay.
her.
Okay.
I think Kelsey's just gonna look at Emily and be like, I don't have a clue what's going on. Why did we kill him?
I suspect he's already dead, is what was said, and or maybe it's a way to wake him up.
Okay.
So, do the older two stay downstairs?
Yes.
Going
apparently.
to go to the front and watch out the door and maybe look
Okay.
for the Duke. And
No
his-
Duke?
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye open to see if he actually comes walking up the street or
Sure, of course, of
anything
course.
like that. So I'm gonna just keep an eye open.
Of course. The two of you that go upstairs, you're watching out the door. So far, it's just typical street traffic. Nothing too concerning. The two of you that go upstairs. So when you first come upstairs, there is a corridor, and off the first door off the corridor, I'm sure there's a restroom, and then there's also there's the kitchen, which you have all been into the kitchen before. Do either of you want to stop in the kitchen? The bedroom is farther down, and Johanna would be able to show you where Edgar's room is. William's room was also up here.
Is there anything in the kitchen? Anyone in the kitchen?
If you look in the kitchen, go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
That's a hard success.
You notice a foot behind the kitchen table, obscured by the dining table and the chairs. If Johanna approaches, William is there on the ground. If you look at him, he is unconscious, but he is still alive. But he looks like there has been a struggle.
Emily. I don't have any. first aid.
Something's the matter, and you hear the
William seems to be unconscious and has been hurt. Can you come up here and take a look at him?
Yes, of course, yes.
Upstairs, Emily, you do find him. He is unconscious, but seems to be otherwise. Now his hat has been knocked askew. You actually get you all get a pretty brutal look at the extent of his injuries. His misshapen head. You can see outlines of plates that have like metal plates that have been used to cover up areas of missing skull, and the skin around it is just scarred and lumpy, and his eyes are closed, but of course you don't see any of that rapid eye movement because his eyes are paralyzed. But if you would like to perform first aid, you may be able to wake
in case
him.
It's like blunt force trauma, or if it's if he was stabbed. It is a normal success.
Okay. He comes to. He cannot speak, but he looks immediately shaken, like he kind of stirs almost frantically, like he goes to defend himself, so as though he remembers the struggle prior to passing out. And looking around, you do see his notepad that he uses to communicate with, and if somebody wants to give it to him, he doesn't necessarily
we pass
ask
it
for
to
it.
him.
Okay.
But you've had some injuries. You're all among friends now. It's calm down.
He just writes Duke, and he underscores it multiple times.
Did the Duke attack you?
Yes.
And he nods. He also, you do, Emily, in your kind of looking him over, he is once he kind of, you roll him over and you get him sitting up, you notice that there is like blood kind of coming through his shirt in one area. But and he kind of holds it, but not entirely. He's still frantic and kind of in shock, to be honest.
Calm down. Let me treat your wounds, and then you can tell us what happened. Yes, I don't want you bleeding out on the floor.
And he nods and
Snap
kind
out
of
it, soldier.
Yeah, just trigger his PTSD there.
That's all she knows how
Yeah.
to do. She doesn't have a bedside manner.
He opens his jacket, and there is, and he kind of lifts his shirt where there's this patch of crimson, and he lifts it, and he is missing a strip of skin right along his stomach. And while you are dealing with that, there's not a whole lot you can do besides perhaps cauterize it, try to stop the bleeding, but it's just kind of like he's been lightly flayed.
There's not much you can do in that situation. Cauterize is just going to cause more damage.
Just cause pain, yeah.
If it's like the top layers of the epidermis, not significant amount of bleeding, it's just going to be kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
Just bandage it.
So, he got... But as he oh, go ahead.
She gives him a flask.
Ah, nice.
This will help the pain.
He nods and accepts it, and he scribbles on his notepad, and he says, and it says Edgar ?
I'm sorry, William, but he's passed.
And he shuffles and he flips back a page, and he points to Duke.
We are not the police, but I think giving them the information about what happened will be important. I'm not sure that the Duke will be here by the time that this investigation starts. I have a feeling he's fleeing now.
Um, he he um he flips back to Edgar and he indicates that he wants to see him.
Is he okay to move?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Oh, well.
concussioned, perhaps, but we should keep him
Yeah,
awake.
well, I'll the two of us will help him up, I'm sure, and then we'll get him down the hallway.
And
Okay.
Haskins, do you think we should check the house in case the Duke leaves there?
You're muted,
Oh,
Sean.
he's downstairs.
Yeah, I didn't go up with you. I've been on the downstairs watching the front window, checking the back window, back and forth. I figured we'd need the warning.
Honestly, Emily will leave the other ladies to take care of this man because they have much better everything, social manners with those who are more delicate of spirit. She'll go downstairs and basically repeat that question. I think we should return to his estate.
The Dukes?
Yes.
Put an end to it?
Well, to him, but yeah.
Yeah.
If you do not mind a little more breaking and entering, Haskins.
So, was William dead?
No, he's very injured.
Yeah, we're gonna put an end to the Duke.
We're going out for a walk. She calls
Please-
upstairs.
Please don't. Please stay here. So someone is watching the house.
No, we are taking Snuggle Boots for a walk. Walkie,
Snuggle Boots needs to pee.
No,
No, we don't think it's advised to stay here for much longer anyway.
I mean, are we gonna leave William here?
I think we should take him to the constabulary.
Then we can go pay a visit to the manor.
I'm just worried that the Duke may be long gone by the time if we do not hurry.
When would the Duke have been able to do this?
Well, we were piddling around after he left us at the restaurant. We met up with
for a little while.
We met up with Useless. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Muldoon.
Muldoon.
Who was
And
here?
No, he
Muldoon watch the
fucking
house?
he
he
fucking
like totally
bolted.
fucked off. Oh.
Yeah, he totally fucked off. He got
What a
back
piece of
door.
shit. I should have left him in that house.
You should have.
Should have
But
left him to the dream demons.
do Cleo and Johanna, do you all look around when you take Edgar to see his brother?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
Cleo didn't even go into the kitchen. She went right to the bedroom to start
Okay,
the ritual.
so you're doing the
of-
ritual. Okay.
Yeah.
Johanna, go ahead and give me a spot hidden, and you go ahead and roll me occult, or intelligence, Cleo, for your ritual.
I'm gonna spend 2 luck to make that a regular success.
Okay. Looking around, you do happen upon Edgar's diary. Let's see. Ta-da-ta-da. I'll get you that handout shortly. Let's see. I found it. Do you want me to read it now, or do you want me to tell you? You find that. You also find, tucked underneath Edgar's bed, a very, very well-made forgery of the scroll. Like, you didn't really get a chance to look at it very closely, but you pull out this thing, and if you didn't know that Edgar told you that this was the scroll that he gave you in Dreamless End, you would think that you had found another one.
Who has the scroll case?
It's in the picnic basket with Emily. Oh, the scroll case?
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Kelsey has this. Yeah.
I'll roll it up and like
Save it.
put it in the scroll case as soon as we can.
Would you all like me to read the diary of Edgar Wellington? Did you get a success on your ritual?
I got an extreme success.
Oh, then his body is so fucking consecrated.
He's going to the good place. And
Yeah.
not like the good place, but the good place.
Good place.
That's right. So, well, is what I'll say is, so you have consecrated the body. William is having a silent cry over his brother, and
Aw.
he definitely he will allow you to take him to the police. He goes with you. Um, he kind of wants to stay with the body until the police arrive. Edgar is his only family that he still taught that they have left home together a long time ago. And Edgar is really the only family that will give him the time of day since his injuries were so drastic. So he is very beside himself with grief. But so whether you leave him in the room with his brother or bring him downstairs with you, I'm going to say the four of you congregate back in the lower part of the house. And you do have the diary and the forged scroll now, Johanna.
Mhm.
Do you tell anybody?
About the scroll?
Yeah, the fake one.
Oh yeah,
or the
no.
diary.
As soon as I get down there, I go, Mr. Haskins, can I see that empty case?
Hand it over.
And then I pull the scroll, the fake scroll, and I put it in there. I said there was a fake one underneath Edgar's bed. This way, if we need to, we have something in there that's worthy of
and-
peruse.
But by fake, is it fake or is it a reproduction? Because I don't want to hand anything over.
It
to the
has. I assume it's been altered enough to be useless, right?
Yeah, I
Before
mean,
we hand anything over, we should confirm it. With
yeah. So,
anyone.
are you comparing the two?
Yeah,
Then
sure.
part of what you also found up there, and I didn't really mention it, but you do find a receipt for a stationery store to get supplies. So you do see that Edgar, when he left earlier, he actually just went to buy supplies to build a forgery. It is pretty well done. The writing on it is like, it is not at all what the other one says,
Okay.
but again, it it looks authentic. Like, if you were to translate what's on the forgery, it would be kind of an approximation of what is actually on the scroll, but it's not the exact same. You do
Okay.
see differences, but it looks really, really, really damn close.
All right, then I feel totally comfortable putting it in the case and handing it over in case we need to.
And you're keeping the real one
In the picnic.
in the
basket.
picnic basket.
Yep.
Okay. So, you also, I assume, show them the diary?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I'm going to read. I'll drop the handout after the show, but so the diary, I'll read you some selected entries. November 3rd, 1920. Edgar says, "It would have suited our family better if we had died in the war. Dead heroes are more convenient than the broken living." March 5th of 1921. "Now we are in Switzerland. Here we can live in peace." September 17th, 1921. "The Duke's conversation is without peer. When I listen to him, I forget my own memories." November 10th, 1921. "The books the Duke loaned me have opened my eyes. Perhaps that old Arabic scroll of mine holds mysteries as yet unknown." February 2nd of 1922. "I have received the translation of Melan's scroll. I wonder if this Sedefkash simulacrum yet exists." June 25th of 1922. "The trail ends in 1789. I have written the owners of the Comte's house. I would go there, but I cannot leave William alone." October 3rd of 1922. "The Duke has given me something for my insomnia. I slept deeply and had a most vivid dream of Lausanne in olden times." November 12th, 1922. "2 nights ago I held a brass button in my hand as I slept, and set it down and dreamed Lausanne. When I awoke it was gone. The next night I fetched it back in my dream and woke with it clasped in my hand." January 1st, 1923. "I hold no hope for this new year. My researches lead nowhere, and soon my habit will cost us our shop. Where will William live then? January 5th, 1923. I fear I must sell the scroll. The Duke would be interested, but I need another bidder to drive the price against him. I have hidden it in Dream Lausanne for safekeeping. And then today's date. So January 19th of 1923. Success! Tomorrow I am sure to make the sale and our lives begin anew.
I would like to search the house quickly to see if there are books or more of the drug here.
Sure. Okay. Searching, you, I guess I should have probably had you find it up there. It's in William's room. You do find a green bottle that has a liquid in it that is next to the bed. You also see a syringe and a bottle of morphine. And so nobody did any kind of like rolls on him, but well, we'll say William, when you come back up looking for perhaps more of the drug, he writes down and he says, I found the Duke giving him an injection. And you look at the morphine bottle, which is now empty, and you surmise with adequate and context clues that the Duke actually gave him too much morphine to keep him asleep. And
Were there any books?
no books, just the scroll. I mean, there are books in the place, but nothing that really catches.
Sure.
There are some. The ones that he mentions, you don't see anything particularly occult in them.
As we're kind of like getting ready to go to the constabulary, I will turn to William and say, I understand that your brother took care of you a great deal because of your wounds from the war. I don't wish to see you left alone to care for yourself if you don't want to. So if you would like, I'm sure that my family could find something for you in Austria, either working for them or set you up with someone else. Obviously, your work as a taxidermist is quite skilled, and I'm sure that there are plenty of people near there that could take on another worker. It's up to you on what you want to do, though.
William scribbles, I don't know if I can leave.
It's understandable.
But thank you.
Well, if that changes, I'll write down a way to get hold of my family.
Okay.
Send them a letter, let them know that I sent you and that you met Emily and I. Emily and I highly recommend you as a taxidermist, just that your family situation with the loss of your brother has become less than ideal, and something to set you up would be better.
And he writes, he goes, maybe after the funeral,
Of course.
I don't have much money to travel.
Just, I will give him money.
He wasn't asking for money. He was just saying, I need to, like,
but, like,
you
I
can
will-
see his gears working that he's like, I will have to work to pay for my...
No, I will pull out money and say that if you need money for travel or to even hold you over for long enough for you to make the right decision for you, this is what I can offer. And it's 10 monies. I don't know what it would be. It would be whatever I would.
That's
have
fine.
in my
It's
pocket.
an appropriate amount. It's an appropriate amount. I'm going to say that as you've watched Emily deal more with the money, you're a little bit more savvy with how much to give in certain situations, and you
Sure.
remember how much it was to travel on the Orient Express. So if you're looking for something smaller to get into Austria, you have, or wherever your family is.
Yeah, but actually, it's pretty close to here. It's not very far from
Okay.
where we're at now.
Then yeah, then yeah, go ahead. You give him that information. He is very thankful. He is still very grief stricken, but he doesn't wish to leave his brother's side at this moment. Um, back downstairs, but you did find the vial of dream drug.
Did we find any translation? Because it said in the diary
So-
there was a translation.
Once you pull out, and once you're comparing the scrolls, there is a full English translation of the scroll given. I actually will give you a handout for that as well. I'll give you a brief summary of it if you would like.
Sure. I mean, I do also speak Arabic, so
You do.
that's not that big of a deal.
But remember, this is that weird.
that weird
it-
not Arabic.
It's
Arabic.
like Turkish
It's
characters.
old Arabic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's like Turkish characters or old Arabic characters, but the language it's very strange. And you also have to remember that I mean, I have a sample of the scroll, and I also have a summarization of the translation. So the translation summary is: the scroll was written by Sedefkash the Osmanli. It concerns an item in his possession, the Sedefkash simulacrum, and the scroll Sedefkash prophesies that he is soon to lose the simulacrum, and so praises it and makes a record of it in a set of 5 scrolls. This scroll is the first of the 5 and is referred to as the Scroll of the Head, being the thoughts and history of Sedefkash. The 4 missing scrolls are the Scroll of the Belly, concerned with the worship of a being known as the Skinless One; the Scroll of the Legs, a series of body-affecting magics, the foundation on which Sedefkash's power was built; the Scroll of the Right Hand, a ritual which awoke the statue and is the driving force of Sedefkash's power; and the Scroll of the Left Hand, containing a ritual which balances this power, a necessary ongoing sacrifice. The scroll is a rambling, insane document. The author has not set down events in any form or order, making it difficult to follow, and the most detailed description in the document dwells on the torture and skinning of human beings. Now, for a glimpse at the actual wording of the scroll, a sample passage that you would be able to translate, Johanna, and anybody else that could perhaps kind of work through it, says, "I have seen the powers which stalk the night and strike fear into the hearts of all those who worship the false god. I know him and I worship him. The Skinless One has spoken to me. He whispered secret words into my heart of hearts, and I know what I must now do. I have seen it in visions, and it is all that my Lord said it was. In my dreams, I have seen its perfection striding above the ruins of cities. Kings and countries have fallen before it. Even gods must fall before it. I recognized it the first time I beheld it as an object of power. Power that would bring the world to its knees. It glistened like the finest pearls. It woke when I flayed alive the wretch who sought to steal my treasure from me. That night he came to me for the first time and told me what to do, and I meditated before its glory. All praise to the one without skin. I performed the 17 devotions and opened it for the first time. Within the artifact was soft and smooth, and as I ran my hand across its inner surface, it felt like the skin of a newborn babe. I offered 4 children as sacrifice to my master, and then I used it for the first time. In his wisdom, the Lord of naked flesh had made it to my height. In all modesty, I believe it was made in my image. Blessed is the chosen of the Skinless One. I have been careful to keep it untarnished. The substance is the color of purity, and should not be tainted by that which is unclean."
Well,
Okay then.
And refresh
So-
my memory. Which arm do we have in our
You have the
possession?
left
Was
one.
The left one. Okay.
the balance. We have the one that balances it.
Yeah, we have the balance.
Yeah, you have
right.
the balance one.
Ugh.
So, going through, and we can discuss more about the scroll as you spend some time with it, which I assume you
Yeah,
will.
now is not the time to.
Now is not
spend
the
with
time.
it.
Yeah. So when you came to this place, it was fully dusk now when you arrived back in the waking world.
But we
Now
don't
you've
have to
spent
make
some-
that dinner anymore.
I mean, 2 of the
Right.
guests that were going to be there are not here, and I don't know if you want to necessarily see another one.
Not really, because I don't trust him.
We want to see him into his grave.
Well, the Duke, yes, but there was one more person that was going to be there, was there
Yeah.
not?
Wasn't there like a third
Or is it
person
just
of this little?
There
Edgar,
was.
the Duke?
There
Yeah,
was.
there is one
There
more.
was Edgar, because it's the midnight, the 7:30 club, the midnight club. The 7:30 club is Edgar, the Duke, and then an unnamed third party
I
that
don't
was
care
going
to know his name.
Okay, that's
Although
fine.
I would like
might
to
be a
know
good
his
source
name.
of yeah, might be a good source of information.
I'm gonna say that it's coming up on 7:30. Now, are you going to alert the police to this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, let us see.
As a group, when we go to the police, how honest are we going to be?
We looked in on our friends, Edgar and William, who we met earlier today, to see if if Edgar was going to be willing to work on something for taxidermy for us.
Well, we weren't gonna meet them for dinner. It's right up on 7:30, so we were just gonna go to dinner with them.
That's a better idea.
Yeah.
Let's
and,
not make it complicated.
Sure.
I
And,
do need. Oh,
We found what we found. What?
I do need Johanna to make a couple sanity rolls for me.
Oh,
since
but
she was-
why?
Since she was reading that shit. So.
Oh, why?
Oh my.
That
So-
is a success.
You touched it.
Didn't you learn anything from?
Okay,
I'm-
so
I don't care.
actually, I don't even know if it allows a roll. It just says a sanity loss.
Oh no, then that's just a straight sanity loss. What do I lose?
So, let me ask you: did you? I will let you, because I read it to you without you prompting me to. Would
I
you
would've
like to
read
have read
it.
the old Arabic?
Yeah, and I would have
Okay.
read it as much as possible, as quickly as possible.
Okay, then 1d6 plus 1, please.
Oof. Okay. That's only 4.
And you get +5 on your Cthulhu Mythos, +5 percentiles.
Cool. Does that automatically raise my dream? My dream board.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I don't
'cause
remember what.
I don't
dream
remember
board.
either. I'll look into that.
Sure,
Make
sure.
a note of it, and I'll
Okay.
check that.
And just
That
so
was
I
actually
remember,
pretty low loss for 5% in Cthulhu Mythos. That's pretty decent.
And that means your base sanity is now 5 points lower, right? I'm
Yeah,
just
my
trying to
max
remember the
sanity is
system.
94,
Okay.
which is okay because my current sanity is at 79. I've got a little wiggle room
You're still
before it
sane.
starts becoming.
Yeah,
a
you're
problem.
mostly whole.
You're
Yeah,
still sane-ish.
And if you spend more time with it, who knows what's going to happen. But
Don't.
if you really want to try
So
to
as this
translate
was
it.
described, am I wrong into thinking this is just like supernatural Iron Man? That the skinless god gave him a suit of magical armor,
Well, gave him the simulacrum, which is a statue.
but he could reach inside of it?
Yeah, I mean, he's nuts. I don't.
It sounds like he put it on. He put the statue on, like armor.
I mean, maybe he believes that the statue was made in his likeness. It's just. I mean, you saw the arm. Did it look like something you could put on?
No,
Are you gonna go open it?
we don't have it with us.
Maybe next week, or maybe in
Yeah,
3
yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
So, so with that, you're going to alert the constabulary that a man has died here. I will. Somebody give me an idea roll.
Yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, that's a 3.
Okay. So I will say, Johanna, that telling, having William be able to say that the Duke was the one that did this is a good case. I will also say that should the Duke return to the waking world and read of and learn of Edgar's death, I saw it in the paper and I wanted to come tell the police that these strange foreigners had spent the day with him yesterday and they are no longer, and he is, well dressed, well spoken, and unfortunately William is a victim of a very horrible war, and also a foreigner, and also not really able to speak, and it may look very the police may look very poorly on the 4 of you if you stick around.
Oh yeah, no, I figured we were telling the police.
And then
I was going to
Bolton.
encourage William to leave with us And when he said no, we were going to go.
Okay. Okay, and you do have your luggage that you need to pick up, and the train doesn't leave until 7 a.m.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just saying.
We
I
can
was
wait till
just-
then. It's not that far.
I mean, you do have a room at a hotel, right? You did stay
Yeah.
at
I'll have,
the Grand Palace something or
Yeah.
other something.
We still have like 3 or 4 episodes to get through, so like clearly the day's not over.
Are you going to? So you're going to the police. I know we're wrapping up here, so I want to understand. Are you going to try to make the 7:30 club meeting?
I don't want to, but I think Cleo does too. Let's do it.
I do.
Let's
You
do
wanna
it.
go?
Let's stay
Yeah.
in Lausanne for one more session.
Okay. So next week
5
we
more
will
sessions.
we will end here. And yeah, we'll end here, and we will say that next week we will pick up with the 4 of you
Not next
meeting.
week.
Oh yeah, in 3 weeks. We will. So the week before Halloween, we will meet the 3rd member of the 7:30 club and find out what bullshit and fuckery he has for all of us.
We're going to that armed.
Then that's fine. That's fine.
So he's a he.
Oh, ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Man, you just
Is he
catching
also?
me.
Is he French?
It's William.
Yeah, yeah, it's just the Duke and Edgar like to just talk back and forth. I mean, the fact that it's just 3 of them and they just kind of have this intellectual circle jerk, every week at 7:30, it's just like, we're so smart. We like to invite friends so we get a new perspective.
I mean,
Um,
obviously, how soon is it 7:30? Because I'm assuming we're needing
Like,
to go get
now?
changed. Oh, never mind. We're going as is.
Oh,
You all
Because-
didn't get dirty, did you? I mean, Johanna
One
may
of us
have
has
some,
One of us has blood on them from slitting somebody's wrist or somebody's throat.
and
and
Someone's got
we
Johanna
also
bear
got
goo
blood
on 'em.
rained. And
Yeah.
you
did,
guys
yeah,
don't-
hot blood rain.
You guys
Yeah.
don't like to wear black, which is really just a poor choice on your part.
You're wearing gray though, so
It's great, but the black overcoat.
okay.
I know
But
what,
anyway-
what colors work.
That's right. So next time, not next week, but next time here on Illuminated Page, the Horror on the Orient Express, we are going to continue our time in Lausanne. We will see what transpires at the 7:30 club, and then hopefully we're going to get the hell out of Switzerland. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Still
It's
in the
early.
19th.
We're never leaving here.
We're
They have good
never leaving
chocolate.
Switzerland, and you still have to get your luggage to carry around your case in.
Not only are
So-
we never leaving Switzerland, we're never leaving the 19th.
Right.
The
So-
first day.
It is with much love and well wishes that I thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so
And
much.
we will see you on October 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, friends.